What's up, everybody? I hope everybody can hear me. Oh my God. I done came down another damn cold. I don't know what is happening around here. So my apologies if my voice sound a little off. Um, but for sure, what's going on? Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me because I'm really not sure if you can. My headphones seem to be a little off. I don't know what's going on over here. That's on. That's on. All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me or if I need to try and adjust my microphone. Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, Flatbush? Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me. Great. All right, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Thursday. Fight week is upon us once again. And we're going to talk a little bit about our upcoming fights because I got some stuff I want to say. But before we do that, as usual, y'all know we got to get into some news. And man, oh man, oh man, it is some stuff going on, y'all. Listen, it's so much. Ugh, I just wish they would have some of this energy in the ring. That's all I wish. At times, I definitely just wish they would definitely get more. I don't know, more active. Some of these boys need to get a little bit more active than what they've been recently. But y'all know I told y'all before that Janabek, um, he for his situation with Vada, drug test fail, that they stripped him. So now the IBF has ordered Olia and McKenna to meet for Janabek's vacant title. Obviously, y'all know this is following his failed Vada test. I think they have until April 30th to make a deal, or purse bid will be scheduled. Now, it was originally supposed to be Aaliyah and Thompson, but Thompson already had a fight scheduled. And since Paul's put the Beats by Dre on Thompson, obviously that has changed things. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know by the end of the month. Um, have they come to a deal, or will this be going to purse bid for this fight? So the IBF is not playing. They are one of what I can consider to be maybe one of the more, I don't even want to say strict, but I want to say one of the sanctioning bodies that actually do follow um their rules and regulations, almost to the letter. So, you know, um, if we must have them, at least the IBF, from what I can see, is handling things accordingly. Um, Now, I am hearing that there is a Bivol better be three on the horizon. Now, as we know, Bivol is fighting Michael Effard May 30th in Russia. So far, this is what's still been said because remember they done moved it like two times, but so far so good. Last August Bivol had back surgery, so this was when Turkey was supposed to be interested in making Bivol and Beterbiev three, but he was out for that time with his back situation. Um, the IBF president is now interested in that particular fight as well. Um, Bivol, we know that he has to fight Ifad and Beterbiev. They want him to get a fight as well. If they're both successful, then they will make Bivol Beterbiev three. Now, I know a lot of y'all have been having a question. I know I've had my own questions about where in the hell, did Turkey disappear to? So Turkey has put out a little Thai press release. Obviously we know what's going on over there in his country and all of that, but he is basically saying he is still here in boxing in full effect. He's listed all of the fights that he's put on. We know that he is still got Canelo held captive. But from what I understand, Canelo won't be fighting in Saudi versus in Billy. That'll be somewhere else. But he is still under Turkey's contract. Remember, guys, he has 2 fights left for Turkey. Turkey is showing that he's still, well, what he says anyway, that he's still interested. He just did the Shakur and the TO. He said it was the biggest fight in MGM history, but we all know that's not the truth. Garcia and Barrios, he just did that, and then how he's talked about the Tyson Fury and Madrimov situation. I have a question about Turkey, but I'll wait. I'll wait. Nevertheless, he tried to pop outside. I don't know if he's interested in this fight. Even if he's not, the IBF is interested in this fight. So we'll see how this shapes up for Bivol and Beterbiev 3. Let me know in the comment section. Do y'all really think there is a need for a third damn fight? Do y'all think so? Me personally, I don't think there's a need for a third fight between the two of them. I would rather see one or both of them fight Benavidez. I know he's expressed interest in those fights. I'm not really sure that there's a need for a third goddamn fight. Sorry, I'll have to drink my tea. It's just weird to me. Anyway, that's the fight that apparently they're interested in. So we'll see if it gets made by the IBF. If Turkey has nothing to do with it, even better. Go carry your ass back to wherever you was at doing whatever it is you got going on. Another gentleman that has found himself banned. Okay, I don't know what's going on with these boys, but listen. My God, Francisco Rodriguez Jr. has been handed a 2-year ban by the anti-doping authorities dating back to June 2025. Now, this is related to that fight he had against Gala. And he is not eligible for ring return until July 30th, 2027. So we'll holla. um I don't know what's going on. I mean, everybody running around here hollering Vada ain't catching them till after the damn fact. What good is Vada? It just ain't making a whole lot of sense to me. That's neither here nor there. Let me see. Now y'all know my little silly self cannot wait to come up here and tell y'all this. Mayweather is possibly in breach of contracts. As we all know, he is set to fight Manny Pacquiao again September 19th, and it is supposed to be a sanctioned fight. However, due to some recent comments made by the Money Mayweather himself, saying that it is an exhibition, he has come under a lot of scrutiny from the Pacquiao team as well as Netflix. Okay, because Netflix is saying, wait a minute, we did not, we didn't give you a cash advance, but he ain't broke. Okay. They gave him a cash advance for a sanctioned fight against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao put a deadline on this fool. You got to clean this up, bro. You can't be running around here saying that this is going to be an exhibition. I did not sign up for an exhibition. From what I understand, he signed 3 separate contracts, all of them for fights. Mayweather is running around here talking about this is an exhibition. So we're going to see. He had a deadline of 5 p.m. I don't know if he met the deadline or what he got going on. I can check that in just a second. But they did give him a cash advance on his purse. Okay. And Pacquiao has flat out said if he is not, if Mayweather is trying to change the language in the contract to reflect an exhibition, he will not be fighting him. He has flat out said that. So hopefully, and then, Mayweather, from what I understand, it's a lot of money. That they floated him up front, and there's going to be a lot more on the back end, and we're going to get to some back end in a little bit. But from what I understand, he's pretty tight. He's pretty locked in. Netflix legal team is, obviously they're a corporation, so they're going to have their legal language pretty tight. So Mayweather better get it together, because if not, he'll be getting sued again, So if he wasn't, broke before, he will be soon, allegedly, if he keeps on doing bad business. But that is what we have right now. Manny Pacquiao is not playing with him. He said this is a real fight or I am not doing it. And that's just the bottom line. So we'll see how this shakes out, and we'll go from there. Now, speaking of lawsuits, everybody losing their damn mind. Okay. Speaking of the lawsuits, child, Frank Warren is not playing with the WBC. Okay. If they do not hold Usyk to the Ajit Kabial fight, he is going to pursue legal action. His fear is that Kabial is getting frozen out of a title shot by Usyk. Now, you remember I told y'all he about to fight this little kickboxer who ain't got a damn thing to do with boxing or nothing else. He has come out and schedule his 3 fights. The Rico fight that he's about to have. He wants the winner of Wardley versus Dubois, and then his final fight, he said that he wants Tyson Fury. Frank Warren is saying basically, if they do not enforce their rules after he fights Rico Verhont, whatever his name is, then he is going to sue him under the guise of them not enforcing their own structure. So we will see. Frank Warren, as we know, earlier this year, he's also, sued TKO and Turki and all of them. So Frank Warren is not out here playing with y'all. Stop doing bad business with Queensberry, honey. So we're gonna see how this shakes out. I'm interested in this. Because I told y'all for a while. I know some of y'all think that Usyk should just be able to do whatever the hell he want to do because he's been through all of these wars. But you holding people up. You know what I'm saying? Like, move around, little nigga. If you're not gonna do what you're supposed to be doing, then give up your belts and go about your business, or just, you know what I'm saying? Fight one of them. You know. So we'll see. But in his little plan, he sure didn't list no Adric Cabial. So we're gonna see. Frank Warren is not playing with him. He will take their ass to court, and I assume he's gonna be dragging Usyk in there with him. So I don't know. Yeah, Frank is not playing. Everybody getting sued. Everybody getting sued. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. So we're gonna see. Do y'all think that Adric, how long he been waiting now? Because I remember before what you call it was waiting. What's the boy name? Wardley was waiting. So I don't know what Usyk got going on. Remember, he had that extension for his medical, and then we saw him doing the Macarena in his country. So I just don't think he wants to go through any more wars. Which, don't get me wrong, y'all, I can completely understand. But again, you're holding people up. So I don't know. All I know is stop playing with Frank Warren. Frank Warren say, y'all gonna stop playing with me. He said, y'all gonna stop playing with me. I'm not playing with y'all. Yeah, Joe Parker was waiting too. So I don't know, guys. I mean, listen. I don't know, but Frank Warren ain't playing with y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Frank Warren said, I will sue the shit out of y'all. Stop playing with me. Cabial has earned his opportunity, man. He beat Zhang, back in February of last year, to get that little funky interim belt. Okay, then he stopped, what was that, Damien, he stopped Damien. Cabial is number 1 in the WBC, I think, after Usyk fights Veroven, or whatever his name is. If he does not fight Cabial, this is what will happen. Like I said, I'm on record complaining about some of Usyk's moves lately. And what he got going on. I don't know why he about to fight this little kickboxer any damn way. It really just don't make a lick of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just look, I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I couldn't tell you what the hell is going on, but for now, this is what seems to be going down. We will have to figure out what is going on with Mayweather. If somebody want to look that up real quick, because now he's into it with Netflix, so that's definitely not going to be good for him. He definitely has to he can't be out here saying that the shit is a exhibition when it's not. You know what I'm saying? That takes away from the legacy building. This is what Netflix basically was saying. It takes away from the legacy building, and it basically, wouldn't have warranted the amount of money that they're giving him for this fight. So I don't know, but we're gonna see. You know how Mayweather is. He claims he got a good legal team. I don't know if they're as good as Netflix. So we definitely gonna see what's popping with that. Now we do know that the Xander Boots and Xander are scheduled for June 27th. I am hearing on that undercard is going to be Shushu versus Luis Alberto, and possibly O'Shaquie Foster versus Raymond Ford. This is what I'm hearing. Okay, I don't know if it's true or not yet, but I hope so. If that is true, this card about to be lit. I can't wait. I definitely cannot wait, but yeah, I hope so. I hope that those fights definitely get made and put on that card. I'm very interested to see O'Shaquie and Ford. who y'all think will win that fight? I'm going with Oshaki. I like Oshaki, man. I really do. I like his attitude. I like his, you know what I'm saying, the way he carry himself. To me, Ray Ford he's good. I'm not saying Ray Ford is a bad fighter, but I think, like I said before, you know, he's inserting himself in business that's not his. You know, you trying to block for Shakur, you know, don't get your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Trying to block for Shakur. We know how bad Oshaki wants that Shakur fight. So we're gonna see what's up. Get that fight done. He said he'll beat the son, then he'll beat the daddy. So we're gonna see. I hope that fight gets done and gets put up on there so I can definitely watch that, because I'm definitely gonna be in the building. Hopefully they get all of this done, get us some good fights. And let me tell y'all something else. I know a lot of y'all don't think much of Xander, but I will say this about Xander Zayas. He is moving how you would expect a young champion to move. He's trying to challenge himself. Okay. Now, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be successful at that job, but at least he's trying to challenge himself. He's not ducking any smoke. He's out here trying to make the best fights available at 154 pounds. So shout out to him for definitely standing on business and willing to try to really prove that he is the best at 154. That's the type of energy that I look for when I talk about these boxers, and I look for boxers to support and get behind. So round of applause real quick for you coming up off them belts though. But I appreciate the effort. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you willing to show and prove that you a dog. I really do. That means a lot to me, Xander, and I appreciate you holding them belts for us. We appreciate you so much. And he feeling himself too, y'all. Listen at him.
I'm gonna rip his heart out. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him to somewhere he's never been. You know, he's gonna feel uncomfortable. He's gonna be uncomfortable when it comes to fight night. It's easy to face guys that you're bigger than them, you're more athletic than them. But when you're facing a guy that is as big as you, that is as athletic as you, that is as composed, as smart as you, it's a whole different story. And come June 27th, he will see why this 23-year-old is a unified world champion.
Talk about it, Xander. Okay. You better tell him. Unfortunately.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Listen, we appreciate it. We really do. Let's get the fight on, get boots 2 straps instead of 1, and we're gonna keep it moving. We definitely gonna keep it moving after that. But shout out to the young man. He definitely young unified champion, willing to prove that he is who he say he is. So shout out to Xander Zayas definitely for that. Now we got us some fights this weekend. I don't know who is over here gonna be watching the when I make my documentary. I don't know who's watching that fight, but that fight is this weekend as well. Deontay Wilder, and they had their little press run. Was that yesterday, earlier today? It was one of the damn times they had a little press run, child. They both the way Chisora ride was interesting, I guess. It was interesting. And then, you know, Deontay's been on his little press run too, you know, which is also interesting. He has a lot going on. Um, some of the stuff obviously, you know, it don't have nothing to do with boxing. I ain't talking about that crap. But their fight is going to be on the 4th, heavyweight. All right, y'all. Who y'all got in this fight? Derek Chisora, or do y'all got Deontay Wilder? And what is next for each of them if they lose? That's what I want to know. What do y'all think is next for Derek Chisora if he loses? And what do you think is next for Deontay Wilder if he loses? I honestly thought Deontay Wilder was retired. But when he came back and he had that successful fight, he won. I think that kind of recharged and rejuvenated him. So I mean, we got to see how he looks. I mean, in this particular fight. But y'all let me know. What do y'all think? Who do y'all think is gonna come out successful? He said, "I got Del Boy." Okay, by stoppage, Bronx Bomber. Okay. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Chisora said he's gonna retire, win or lose. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. What about Deontay then? What do we think about what he should do, whether he wins or lose? I think he should just give it up. I think he should just give it up. Yeah, that's the question, Flatbush. Is Deontay going to continue to move forward? Um, if he loses, I mean, if he wins, then it's like okay, But how long you gonna keep? You know what I'm saying? Pressing your luck and doing all this. I know there were talks about him and Usyk previously, but I just don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, ring walk. Okay. That's interesting. We could talk about that in a little bit. Um, yeah, okay, Thrill got Chisora too. Okay. All right. So some of y'all think the Bronze Bomber could do it one more time to this day. Y'all think he can still do it to this day? I'm so tired of y'all. Why y'all make me silly? Y'all think he gonna do it to this day? Lord help me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that fight is on is on the 4th. Um Tim Zoo is fighting. Okay, he's fighting Dennis Ninja. This is his tune-up fight. Okay, before he faces EJ later this year. Um this fight he said he's taking, it's gonna be a 10 rounder. He's taking this to get more, I guess, familiar with his new trainer, Pedro Diaz, because remember he dumped his uncle after the second time he lost to Fundora. So this will be his second fight under his new trainer. So he kind of still wants to try to get familiar with his new trainer and so on and so forth. So this is the fight that he'll be taking before he goes in there with EJ. So this fight is also going to be this weekend on the 4th. And then as we know, for women's boxing, we got Carolyn Dubois and Terry Harper. I'm low key excited for this fight. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Did y'all see them at their little press conference, honey? They started trying to shove on each other and stuff. I don't know what all of that was about, honey. But yeah, listen, and Caroline is looking sharp too. Caroline is definitely looking sharp. She looking focused and she looking ready. I know she told Terry, hey, it's gonna be a lot of pain, soul sister. But this was them at their little, I guess, last face off or their last yeah. Child, I don't know. I think Terry Harper might be biting off more than she can chew. Caroline Dubois, man. Let's get into it. This is gonna be April 5th, and I think London, right? Two champions, one unification fight. I listen, Caroline. What do y'all think of Terry Harper? I don't think Terry Harper is bad. I don't think she's bad. I don't know if she got anything um for Caroline, but she's definitely not, what I'm saying, a bad fighter. She's definitely legit. And she has the experience. She's been in fights where everything, went sideways and she had to pretty much dig deep to just survive. She has those championship scar tissues. Caroline, she's for all her brilliance, she has not really been put into deep waters and had to find something extra. You know, um, she hasn't been tested. Well, this is not my words, these Harper words. She said that, she hasn't been tested. And that is a legit argument to make if I'm being honest. But Caroline, she doesn't have losses because she doesn't give opponents the opportunity to test her. When you're controlling range the way that she does, when you're moving the way that she moves, when you jab like that precision, y'all seen her little workout video, child? Y'all seen her? Working on her jab, working on everything that she got going on. I don't really know. You know, listen, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what Terry Harper can bring. Now, Terry Harper, like I said, she's been in some wars, and it just feels like to me in all of her step up fights, she kind of came up short. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, downgrade her or disrespect her, but it's just the truth. Um, we just don't know. I know Dubois, she's gonna try and move. She's gonna use her jab. She's gonna use her footwork. She's gonna try and box off the back foot, maybe make Terry miss and then make her pay. So we're gonna see. Um, I don't know. Dubois to me is a better boxer right now. The speed, the ring generalship, you know, she earned that WBC belt. She definitely did. But we can't sleep on Terry Harper either. She got a championship heart. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know if she gonna be able to, handle what Caroline Dubois is coming with. Caroline Dubois, man, she be swinging with mean intentions. To me, sometimes she a little wild, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, she can definitely get the job done. We seen that in her last fight, so I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I mean, obviously, I think it's unanimous that we think that Caroline gonna whoop her. And I think this is a fight where people are going to be watching because we know that Alicia already beat her. Alicia had to go to her home country and fight her for all the belts. So people are going to see, they're going to be judging. Obviously, they're going to be analyzing who beat her better, stuff like that. The same thing with the Shadeja fight, because Shadeja is going to be fighting Lainey Daniels. This is later this month, but she'll be fighting Lady Daniels, and people are going to they're going to be looking to compare who beat her better, Clarissa or Shade. It's just stuff that they do. Hopefully they building some sort of fights on the damn back end, but I don't know. Oh my goodness. I should have known who that comment came from. Jesus Christ. Hi, Mr. Shelton. Let me see who all up in here. Let me just get through the I think I did the upcoming fights. Yeah, those are the fights that are coming up this week. And y'all let me know who y'all got. We seen the fight week energy that these women are possessing, which I love. I just love it, love it, love it. But let me go through here before I get into these Negroes that I really want to talk about. And see what y'all got going on. Cam, what's going on, my brother? WBC shouldn't have never sanctioned Usyk. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And I've said that several times. Why are you sanctioning a kickboxing fight? What the hell did that have to do with anything? I just don't know. Hey, Aircraft Baby. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. Flatbush, what's up with it? Ring walk. Hey. I'm not buying that fight. Floyd. Oh, Thrill Hill, I ain't mad at you, baby. I listen, I ain't mad at you. Aircraft Carrier, he said he got shocked because Ray too hot and cold. Okay. Who do you think is the better boxer? You think Oshaki is the better boxer? We know he gonna stick behind that jab. I gotta look at their dimensions again. All speculation at the moment. Xander versus Boots Presser next Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll get undercard announcements next week. Yeah. All speculation, but that's what I'm hearing. 4-2 inconsistent. Okay. Hey Lee, baby, how you doing? Hey, Crush. Quee. Yeah. Hey, Beezor. I got the Bronx Bomber. Yeah, I think so too, Beto. I think they both. But Aircraft said Chisora said he was retiring anyway, so that's good. And Ringwalk co-signed that, so that's what's up. Hey, Jasmine, how you doing? Miss Joette, I feel safer already. Head of security in the building. Really? She's your new favorite female fighter? Okay, that's what's up. Hey, J-Man. You can have her. I'll take Elif Naref. I'm going to take her. That girl is something serious, yo. Oh, my God. She is so sad. Hey, Jonathan. Mr. Mr. Shelton, you have to stop this. Jesus Christ. Harper has that Bumgarner freeze. Okay. I think so too, Kim. I think it's going to be a banger. And then Mr. Shelton says more hate and slander. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Shelton. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ on the cross. Now, let me just start addressing some of the nonsense that I've been seeing online. We talk a lot on this channel about these guys doing more fighting outside the ring than they do inside of the ring, right? I do remember that Richardson Hitchin had floated the idea of him moving up to 147. However, he has not made that move yet, nor has he filled out a petition to fight anybody at 147. So from my point of view, he's just bumping his damn gums as usual, right? So now here comes Shakur Stevenson. And y'all know how I just Love him for all his double talk and everything else that he does. Now, um, for whatever reason, I guess Richardson Hitchens is feeling himself as usual. I don't know why he thinks that beating George Kambosos is going to put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm just not really sure. Hey, Big Dre, how you doing, baby? Bands up. Hey. Yeah, I'm not really sure why he thinks beating Kambosos is going to put him in the Hall of Fame. But you know how I've said that Richardson Hitchens is the prettiest girl at the prom, honey. But then when asked to dance, he don't want to dance. So I don't know what this is between him and Shakur that they have going on. I mean, neither one of them have a fight lined up. Richardson Hitchens, he just backed out of his last fight. First he was ill, and then the money wasn't right. I don't know. We just seen Shakur fight in January. It's 3 months later. You didn't take no damage. You should be getting ready to get back in there and make yourself another fight. Y'all can fight each other. This like all of the back and forth talk is like really ridiculous, right? And then of course they have to, and then of course Richardson Hitchens, you know, he brings Emiliano into this, or now they back and forth with their foolishness. Study my fight with him and take notes. I served him up already. He's not the same, but good luck to the champ. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like Richardson Hitchens, you acting like you beat a live dog. You done beat re-stirred-fried crap. Devin Haney done put paws on him twice. So it's not like you was taking his or doing something magnificent. Now you did have a nice stoppage. I'm not gonna take that from you. That was pretty. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty. However, it's George Kambosos. Like, why are we? These boys want all of this extra credit for doing regular things. If somebody don't belong in the ring with you, get them up out of there. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, so I don't understand why. Listen, I don't know. Emiliano is now at 140. Let's see what happens. Is he with Top Rank? He's with Top Rank also, ain't he? Somebody let me know if Emiliano is with Top Rank. They can make this fight easy. I'm not Star, I'm not, baby. I just have a couple of questions for him, for the young man. That's all. Y'all know me. I only just be having questions for these double talkers because they confuse me every time they open their mouth. I know Richardson Hitchens and him are friends, but obviously they're not as tight as him and Keyshawn is because they're willing to get in there and squabble up. So, who's to say what? I don't know. Would y'all watch Hitchens and Shakur? I would watch that fight. I would watch that fight. Although I think Shakur would probably win. I don't think it'll be by much. I mean, we know it ain't gonna be by knockout. But I think Shakur has what it takes to probably beat Richardson Hitchens. If that fight ever gets made, although they probably just talking, running their mouth now and dragging Emiliano into this. Who knows? Hey DJ, hey Star, we need more than answers, baby. We need a listen. Can we get a witness? I don't know what is going on. Here we go with the prettiest girls at the prom again. They talk a lot of trash, but they ain't really doing nothing actually, if we being honest. I don't know who Shakur is gonna fight. First, he trying to fight Ryan, and now he may be fighting Richardson Hitchens. Why ain't nobody calling out Antoine Russell except Lil Schofield, and then his daddy went and apologized. But why ain't nobody calling out Antoine Russell? Why is it that they dance around fights that people perceive to be tough for them? I'm not saying that they would lose them. I'm just saying it just seems like the 50-50 fights, or the fights that may not be 100% in their favor, they take forever to make. There's always a million excuses as to why this fight or this fight couldn't get made or has not happened. And Shakur is not the only one. We're gonna get into that other Negro in about just a second, because I got a few things I want to say to Devin and his daddy. But nevertheless, now I did see something else, right? That I wasn't gonna say nothing because I really don't care about this Negro anymore. But now, since we're here, we just here. On that same interview, obviously Xander, after he made, maybe after or before he made the comments about Jerron, which hey, talk your shit. He also had something to say about Virgil tired ass.
With Virgil, well, I guess that happened every time there was a conversation of a big fight with him. He always wanted it too much of his way and never wanted to be, you know, he didn't want to play the game. He didn't want to play the game. He only wanted to play his game, and that's why he never got a big fight. It was super easy. I feel like not just me, but the whole team, everybody behind the scenes. With Virgil, well, I guess that happened every time there was a conversation of a big fight with him. He always wanted it too much of his way and never wanted to be, you know, he didn't want to play the game. He didn't want to play the game. He only wanted to play his game, and that's why he never got a big fight. It was super easy. I feel like not just me, but the whole team, everybody behind the scenes. With Virgil, well, I guess that happened every time there was a conversation of a big fight with him. He always wanted it too much of his way and never wanted to be, you know, he didn't want to play the game. He didn't want to play the game.
So he didn't want to play the game, and you know what? That's not too far off, right? Virgil obviously saw that. He got upset, but before he, what is this? No, that ain't the right one. What is this? Yeah. Oh, I saw this, right? And he's crying basically now because both Xander and Boots have moved on without him, right? And he over there in the Golden Boy prison, and so he can't come outside and play. So he's salty. So of course he takes to social media. He posts this. Now y'all remember way back when this was supposed to be a thing or even possibly a thing. It got obviously fizzled out very quickly because of the offer that was made. This was during the time that Top Rank was going through their transition, and they was homeless for a few minutes. Then they went on over to the Tubi. Now, this was during that particular time. However, also during that time, keep in mind that Xander was a champion, right? So I don't understand how it is that you can tell a champion you will give him 50-50 and he has to fight in California as if that's some sort of neutral damn grounds, right? So the fact that Virgil is now running around here acting as if, as if they made some sort of substantial offer anyway to a champion is literally ridiculous. And then don't forget about Oscar.
Playing beautiful Pebble Beach, but I had to stop my golf because it's so frustrating. Boxing right now is just stale, especially here in America. Fighters don't want to fight each other. Perfect example, Xander Zayas. We have a perfect fight for you on a silver platter, pay-per-view. Let's do it from Las Vegas, MGM. And you keep saying you want to go to Puerto Rico? How? Your promoter has no TV whatsoever. Where are you going to fight? Fucking OnlyFans? Dude, we have the zone. We have the pay-per-view. We have the date. You and Virgil, Mexico, Puerto Rico. It's huge. What are you waiting for? Let's do this. I mean, this era right here, I cannot wait for this era to finish. Only the fighters that don't want to fight and who are literally pussies, man. They want to do it for extra millions and this and that. No, let's be real here. Pay-per-view, the zone, Virgil Ortiz, Xander Zayas. Let's do it. Las Vegas. What are you waiting for?
For a real goddamn offer. So, like I said, a few things. Xander was the champion at the time. Virgil has never been a champion. You don't get 50-50 with a damn champion. I don't understand what are we in the Twilight Zone here? And y'all can say that Xander ain't fought nobody. Well, hell, he a damn champion. So that's on boxing. If he ain't fought no damn body and Virgil is so damn tough, why the hell he ain't a damn champion? He had plenty of opportunity to become one, and he declined them at every turn. Now, he also claims that, what did he say? The 50-50 and a neutral place. How the hell is California a neutral place? Virgil is from Texas. What are we talking about right here? Again, he's salty because, they about to get some money and he not. So, that's all there is to that. He's crying about a fight that he could have made also before the opportunity even was presented to any other fighter. This was supposed to have been a thing, him and Xander, but they quickly tried to little boy him. Yes, they did. They tried to little boy him as if they were the big dogs. Remember Oscar talking about how how big of a star Virgil is and all of this other kind of hit crap. Well, please, child, go. Nobody don't want to hear that. Mm-mm. As you can see, they go for, what was that, 3 other fights? The same as he's doing now. If he can't get things his way 100%, it just feels like he just makes things very difficult. And like I said, I don't just blame Virgil, although I blame him. I blame Oscar too. It's that whole team over there. That whole team over there is ass. Him, Rick Meridian, all of them. Terrible. Terrible human beings. I don't know what they got going on over there. But now he's sitting on the shelf for as long as Oscar decides to make his ass sit on the damn shelf. Hey, Jamie from New York. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all think I'm playing. I'm about to start that series. Watch. There's gonna be some real mad people around here. Yes, I did start here what he said about Fundora not wanting that fight. He only wants to fight old PBC fighter. He only wants to fight the elderly. I did see that. Xander feeling himself lately. I ain't mad at him. I'm really not. I really love his energy. I love his confidence. I really do. Yeah, he is. He do I will split decision. For what, Lee? Shakur versus Hitchins? Is that what you was talking about? A split decision? Child, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody getting hurt. I know that much. Anybody gonna get hurt in there, that's for sure. But Richardson Hitchins, he boxed like Devin to me. He just, every time I see him box, he just puts me in the mind of Devin Haney, like that type of energy. When he boxed, like, I mean, obviously he got a little more power than Devin because he was able to stop Kambosos, and Devin went 24 rounds, life or death with him. I ain't gonna say life or death, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. What do we think? Do we think they just popping shit, or do you think that's the fight that they actively trying to make? I mean, I will watch it because I'm a junkie. I'll watch any damn boxing, but I mean, right now, like I said, I don't really want to see Shakur going back. I don't want to see him fighting lesser opponents anymore. Like, you are the ring champion now. You got all these belts. You should be stepping it up in competition. I don't want to hear any more excuses as to why you're not fighting this one, why you're not fighting this one. Step it up in competition, yo. You got a little momentum with the TO fight. You have to keep that. You have to keep that momentum going if you want to become this star that you claim that you currently are, which we know that's not true. But if you want to speak into existence, you got to keep making the right moves. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see how things pan out. Speaking of people that are clearly delirious, right? Let's move on to our next topic, which is Queen Delirious herself, Claressa Shields. As you all know, well, some of y'all may know and some of y'all may not know, Franchón Crews has hit this heifer with a cease and desist. It comes after some comments that Claressa Shields has made on All the Way Up and the Breakfast Club, and certain comments that she's been making on her lives and on her posts. But here's her explaining what happened to her knowledge, because she don't be knowing nothing. At the event when the melee broke out, which I call the Zeus Network interview.
Since that happened, she walked up to me. We got face to face, which we knew we were going to do. And her brim of her hat hit me in the head. That was unexpected to me and her.
Okay.
She said, "My bad," and took her hat off. Okay. Now she's put her head back on mine, and she's pressing her head on mine, and I'm pressing my head on hers. And I just was like, oh my God, this is a big woman. So I pushed her to let her know, like, you're not about to punk me while we in Detroit. You know where you at? Like, I'm from Flint, Detroit, Michigan's favorite girl. Like, what? So I pushed her. She laughed. We both laughed, right? I was kind of heated, but she laughed, and we were supposed to face off again. But it didn't happen. Now, me and Pap stayed right there where we was at. We didn't move. Then all of a sudden, her husband says he's about to beat me up because I pushed her, and he ran behind the billboard.
Yeah, I saw him run behind.
He ran behind there, and he was saying he's about to come over there and do some stuff to me because he had already had some words back and forth with Pat for whatever reason.
Wow.
So now he's finna run to the back of the thing. He about to put his hands on me. I don't know what happened after that. After that, I stayed right there because when you the money, You don't go jumping in no damn fight. You know you got to fight tomorrow. It don't matter who fighting. You don't go. And like I said, I didn't see what was going on, but when I saw the film after, I said, this is ridiculous.
The only thing ridiculous is her. That's the first damn thing. She is ridiculous. And she lucky I don't cover no tabloid shit on my panel, because baby, I'd tear her right on up. But nevertheless, Franchón Crews, after some of these comments of the whole head bud situation, talking about her husband, she constantly goes on these tirades online, talking about Franchón, talking about her husband, talking about they try to throw the fight, all of this other kind of stuff that she has accused Franchón of. Franchón has said that she has asked her privately before obviously seeking legal counsel and talking to her lawyer. She's asked her privately, like, hey, listen, stop saying these things about myself and my husband. Like Clarissa normally does, she ignored her or continued anyway. I don't know. But this is the result of her making these statements that are false. And FYI, I cannot find any legal filing of her suing 50 Cent. So that was cap, or she's just taking her sweet time. I don't know. Right. But Franchón is saying that this has, her image has taken a hit. It's done reputational harm, emotional distress, and it has interfered with some of her business relationships. While every effort has been made to resolve this issue, she has been unsuccessful, and therefore she is now serving her with a cease. Well, she has served her with the cease and desist. Stop talking about me. So that's where she sits with it. I did catch her live where she was kind of like going over it and talking about it. I guess this was before she filed the lawsuit, just making reference to certain things that she said was not true. And how a lot of things were very janky at that fight that she said, were not in her favor. And she's under Salida Promotions too. But, she made it clear that you can tell, it's clear who, you can tell who the machine is behind and who the machine is not behind. Only way you get through all of that is if you real nasty with it and you knocking people out and they really just pretty much can't deny you. Other than that, and I'm not saying that this was a close fight whatsoever. I mean, I think we all can admit that it wasn't. But the point is, I guess she's saying everything that surrounded the fight and led up to it. A lot of games were being played and a lot of things just were not, from what I understand, up to par with this fight. So who knows? I did see another trainer, a lady by Tamika Cash, online talking about, she has a new client in Atlanta that's looking to drop about 35 pounds. So she may be taking her on as a nutritional client. The only person I know that lives in Atlanta is Clarissa. So if she's trying to drop down 35 pounds, we will definitely see. We'll definitely see. I'm not sure who she's trying to drop down all that weight for, but I will say this, right? For her to be saying that Layla Ali is a hater and that Layla Ali, tried to sabotage her, you seem to be doing exactly what Layla Ali told you to do. You're just taking your sweet time doing it. Now, the branding, you ruining your brand, so that's that. But as far as like dropping down in weight and getting at I guess in or around a weight class where the majority of these girls are, that's exactly what Layla Ali told you to do. So I don't understand how you can call this lady a hater or a witch when you're doing exactly what she told you to do. I don't know who she's trying to drop down. If it is her, I don't know why she needs to drop down 35 pounds instead of just going to 168 to fight Shadeja Green. Even though I don't think she's afraid of Shadeja Green, I do think that she's stalling, and why, I don't know. That's I don't know what's going on. Hey, J Quinn, baby. I just don't know. I'm not really sure if it is her, why she's dropping down 35 pounds when she can just, get down to a respectable. I don't think she even needs to go down to like 154. If I'm honest, I don't know if she can make 154 just because of her body structure. 160, I think, wouldn't like hurt her. I mean, she doesn't really have a lot of power anyway. She only has 3 knockouts. So I don't think 160 would like really do any damage to her. If she just cleans up her eating habits, then I think she might be all right at 160 and she'll still be able to compete. Who's at 160? I think Tammy Tiberow. I think Michaela Mayer said she was willing to go there, but she's really a 147 pounder. There's a few women down and around that weight class that she'll be able to fight because Right now, she's talking about a possible rematch with Danielle Perkins that nobody wants to see. So we can't, we have to really start, if you're going to be the GOAT, right? Like, let's start saying, how about you fight 3-minute rounds like Amanda Serrano, like Alicia Baumgardner? Why don't you do that, right? Why don't you, instead of bringing some of these girls up to your weight class where there's not a lot of fights, there's not a lot of girls up there for you to compete with. That's why you have to do these rematches over and over like a spin cycle. How about you drop down a little bit, not too much where it's going to hurt you, but at least enough where you can compete with some newer competition. You complain about the women up at your weight class now being old, right, and being slow. So why don't you get down to where some of the girls around your age are to see what that speed looks like, to see how you can do? And how about we take some of these fights out of Detroit to test your true market value? I mean, that's just my suggestions for the quote. You know what I'm saying? Let's test that true market value outside of Detroit. Let's get you down to a weight class where you can compete with some newer, fresher competition instead of recycling the same women. It's just, I don't think it's much to ask when you're running around here proclaiming that you're the GOAT. I think that you need to lead by example. Fight a 3-minute round. These other women are doing that. Do that. Let's see if we can promote you somewhere outside of the casinos in Detroit, Michigan. I'm sure they love the hometown fights, but you done gave them about 7 or 8 in a damn row. I don't know. Just a question. I did. I can't wait, DJ. I cannot wait to see that card. I cannot wait to see Caroline, and I cannot wait to see. I think Ellie Scottney is on that card too. Who else is on that damn card? Hold on, I got it right here too. Ellie Scottney is on that card. That's my girl too. Let me see. I think Shanika is on that card as well. Yeah, man. Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be the bomb.com. I really cannot wait though. I really want to see Ellie, and I want to see the Caroline fight. Chantel, I'm gonna watch that fight too. The rest of the women, I want to see what Elizabeth does. Elizabeth Oshabi, she from Africa. I want to see what she does. I follow her on Facebook, and she looked like she pretty sharp. So I want to see what she got going on too. But the main fights that I really am concerned about is the main card, really. Definitely the main card. Chantel, I want to see her. Ellie, I love just watching her fight. And of course, I want to see how Caroline does against Harper. I mean, I think we all expect Caroline to beat her, but I just want to see how she beats her, right? Like, because, people want to compare, does she beat her better than Alicia beat her? What's going on with all of that? So I definitely can't wait to see that card as well. And then I talked about Tim Tszyu fighting this weekend. And of course, we know about Wilder. And to this day, you know what I'm saying? The Bronx Brown Wilder, to this day, need to stop talking about certain things online. Child, did y'all catch that interview? Lord, help me. Did y'all hear about how the mother, do y'all hear about how his child came to be? Some of these people, I feel like when they put a microphone in front of these, like even journalists, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You want your views, you want your clicks, you want all of that stuff. But I feel like as journalists, we have a responsibility to still have some sort of dignity. Why would you let that man sit there and say all of that, knowing that it's a possibility that one day his child could hear how she was conceived or came into this world? Why would you let this man sit there and embarrass himself like that? And this ain't the first time either. Like, I feel like people it's the same thing with Clarissa. They just put a microphone in front of their face and just let them embarrass the hell out themselves. It's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. But nevertheless, Tim might get cooked by the tuna. You know what? I saw somebody else say that too. I really don't know. Really? Oh, stop it, DJ. That would be amazing. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I be feeling bad for him because it's like, I don't know if he knows what he's like. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like people, we still have a responsibility. I know we want to get stories out there and all of that, but we still should have some sort of responsibility to not let people just make a damn fool of themselves on camera. I don't know. It's like people they want attention so bad. Not saying him, But people, certain people want attention so bad they say and do anything in front of a camera for attention. It's low-key embarrassing as hell. Like, y'all ever catch secondhand embarrassment? I know that's not like a real thing, but I be catching secondhand embarrassment sometimes. Like, did he just say that? Like it's me. It's just I just don't get it. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that fight is this weekend as well. Like I said, for as far as is this situation, Clarissa and Franchón, I mean, listen, if she asked you to stop, having that story on a loop because it's damaging her brand. And Franchón really has a brand, right? Like, she sings, she has clothing events. She just had one in New York not too long ago. She was singing at another event, and she has a nice voice too. But if she's telling you that by you making these statements publicly that are not true, or y'all both have a different version of events, whatever the case may be, and you don't, and then she, puts a cease and desist on you, you can't really be upset, because now you're hurting her brand. She cares about her brand. Her brand is something different than what your brand is becoming. Okay. She's trying to be respected as a woman with class and dignity, and she's putting in the work. So I can understand if she doesn't want somebody tearing that down. I don't have a problem with that at all. I definitely don't. Now, speaking of lawsuits and liars, Devin, can you come to the front of the class? Devin, mother just wants to talk to you very quickly, baby. I don't have a lot of time, so come sit down, okay? Just sit down and be quiet. And you should take that message with you every damn where you go. Now, what is this that mother hears that you are saying that Devin that Rolly didn't offer you a good amount of money? You are running around here saying what now? Did you say that the boy couldn't sell out a ballroom? This from the nigga who was just on his undercard? This is nasty, Devin. Come on now. I be trying to stay off y'all helmet. I really do. Like, I've been really thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I should just leave these young black men alone. They out here trying to make a solid dollar to feed their families. And then I feel like y'all be begging me to do it. Like, Jab Queen, look what I just said. I just said the most ignorant ass shit after last week saying this.
Yeah, I mean, Rolly said what he said on Twitter, and he basically stood on it. His manager reached out to us, and what a solid offer, something that made sense for me and my team, and now we're starting to negotiate.
Ciao. But now you're running around here talking about the boy can't sell out a boardroom. You're running around here saying that the money is not right after you just said that. So the rumor has it that without Turki Al-Sheikh, Devin doesn't want to do it because he does not want to deal with the pay-per-view sales. He does not want to be responsible for the projections of this particular fight. If it does not do well, that means his pockets won't do well. Devin wants a guaranteed purse. Now, can somebody tell me, and I hope some of his fans are in here, can somebody tell me why you would need a guaranteed purse? I've heard them say things like he's the face of boxing. I've heard them say, Devin, he wants all the smoke. He does all of this. He has all of these accolades, right? All my trinket people. He has all of these accolades, right? He is highly, highly, decorated. Why is it that he is worrying about a guaranteed purse? This is how I know that y'all be full of shit, right? Like, so for all of y'all running around here talking about accolades, accolades do not put asses in seats. Entertainment does. Right. And is it possible? I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. I'm asking a question. Is it possible that he knows he's not a draw? Because for you to say that Rolly can't sell out a ballroom, but you were on his undercard, what does that say about your drawing power? See, these boys, they say anything out their mouth, and then they just, like, they antagonize mother. This is not my fault, y'all. They antagonize me. When they make silly statements like that, it's ridiculous. The Virgil running around here crying because now he's out of a fight that him, his manager, and his promoter all were in cahoots to get up out of there any damn way. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Devin, you on film talking about this was a good offer not even 2 damn weeks ago. Now all of a sudden the money not right. You don't trust yourself to sell out. Let's call it what it is. You don't trust yourself to meet the threshold of pay-per-view. Let me tell you something. Y'all can say whatever the hell y'all want to say about PBC, honey. Them boys over there eating. You want to know why? Because they bet on themselves. They'll take that little bit of upfront money because they're going to get that big money on the back end. They all bet on themselves. Regardless of what you think of any of them fighters, they all bet on them damn selves. If you're going to beat Rolly, if Rolly's a bum, right? Why you don't just take the fight? Like, see, boys, they not recognizing opportunities. This is the opportunity to be unified. You was willing to go to 154 because Xander had 2 belts. But you don't want to unify in your own division because the money not right? After saying the money was good? After saying he can't sell out a ballroom, yet you were on 2 undercards last year? We don't know your drawing power. But I suspect that you know it ain't shit. Allegedly. I suspect that you're not too confident you can do no numbers either. What happened to DHP? Where they money at? Do they not put on fights? Why are you running around here waiting for handouts? If Turki ain't doing it, if somebody else ain't sending you offers, like, what's up? Now the A side don't matter long as Turki involved, right? Because you know that's the only way you're going to get any A side money. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand this. Mr. Shelton in here lying through his damn teeth. All-time great. Stop it. Y'all have to stop some of this stuff. Y'all have to stop some of this stuff. Jay Quinn, why you naked, baby? I thought you had a wrench. I don't understand why you don't got one right now. You two be tripping. I don't know what be happening. But somebody answer that question for me. Is it me? Am I bugging? Y'all can tell me the truth. If I'm going crazy, let me know. Because I want to know why folk come you worrying about some goddamn guaranteed purse. I thought you was Devin Haney. I thought you was boxing's next star. I thought you was the face of boxing. This is what your fans say. You might got to tell them to chill out. This is what your fans come over here and tell me. That you the face of boxing. Okay? Hey, Miss D baby, how you doing? That you the face of boxing. And that you taking over. So riddle me this. Why are you so worried? Why are you so worried about guaranteed money? Come on, y'all tell me something. Listen, I don't want to have to be like Nino Brown up in here. Don't nobody know nothing. Somebody got to tell me something. This ain't making no sense. This is not making no sense. Well, I don't know what you consider petty cash. I don't know. Exactly, Ramon. Look. So now he not fighting Rolly, right? Rolly's mandatory and Devin's mandatory about to fight each other. So what outside of fighting Ryan Garcia, where does he really think he's going to get this big money fight from? Where he going to get it from? Hey, sexy Kendra, baby, how you doing? Yeah, I hate to turn into Nino Brown. Don't nobody know nothing. What's going on? I don't know. Y'all have to let me know something. Why is the young man failing to believe in himself? Because that's what it looks like to me. And now you done ducked Rolly. A fight that you said was easy, a fight that you claim you was begging for before, which I did see him asking for this fight before, and Rolly didn't know if he had to fight his mandatory. I do remember that. I also remember Rolly telling him you should fight Ryan again to get that whole thing squared away. He was willing to even step aside so you could fight Ryan. Now, I don't know what's going on with that. Devin worrying about somebody being the A side, but he was the A side over you last time y'all fought. Why would that change? You was on his undercard. Doesn't that tell you something? Does that not tell you how Turki values you? right? Because even in this press packet that Turki put out, this whole bunch of cap that he put out a little while ago, he still doesn't even mention any fights for you, Devin. He mentions Ryan. He doesn't mention you at all. He over there trying to finalize fights for Canelo. And I wouldn't have such a problem with this if Crocker and Paro are fighting, and then after that, he has another. I don't know about that. Turki don't give a. Oh my god, y'all don't behave. But seriously, y'all, why is it that you're concerned now about? Why is it that you're concerned now is about guaranteed purses? You know that's not how PBC give it up. You know that though. You know damn well PBC don't do no high guaranteed purses. Why you think you never been over there fighting? See, I'm not no fool, right? I know what's up. You notice it's always the ones who have no drawing power that will not step foot near PBC. They won't do it. Because if you have to actually make what you earn, if you have to actually get paid what you're worth, they will have fits. They better hope Turki stays forever and ever and ever, because if not, you see how you just, and then I don't want to say he's reduced your market value, but look at it. Now you're on undercard, so we don't even know what you're doing in the market. Y'all can say that people are watching these fights because of his fight. Sure, you're right. Whatever helps you sleep at night. But if we're being honest, in all actuality, you know, that card, November 22nd, I was watching that shit whether Devin was on it or not. That's just the truth. That card that we seen with Rolly and all of them and all that. Let me see. Was that whole card was trash, including his fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's not people putting you on the card to make the card better. You literally, I don't know what you got going on. You're just a puzzle piece that they can make fit at whatever time. It's just, I'm just being honest. This is my honest assessment of the situation. This sounds like nasty work. This sounds like really nasty, scary work. They want a financial guarantee. PB said, nigga, please get your hand out of my pocket. No, because that fight was not, who was that? No, Mr. Shelton, I don't, Mr. Shelton. You want to know why? Because even before, well, I'll say maybe before the public, maybe they knew all along, but still, you go to, it ain't like you going, they're not finna lock Devin up. Like, they not finna lock Devin up. So he probably got to pay a fine or something like that. But that the fight was supposed to be for May 30th. You going to court next Monday. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So look, yeah, all I'm saying is this. Sometimes you got to believe in yourself and just bet on yourself, right? Because now you have to run around here looking for another fight. The two mandatories, yours and Rolly's, are going to be fighting each other. So that's a dub. Who you going to go back, run around here chasing? You're not about to fight Shakur because Shakur wants your ass on a rehydration clause. We know you're not doing that. Well, your options are they looking kind of thin, homie. Unless you're really trying to get in there with Ryan. And I know, you know, y'all told my Ryan need to sign up for VADA. He's on the WBC clean boxing program. What are y'all talking about? He's not on this 365 hoax that y'all be running around here saying that don't have not one tab on the VADA website. And I done proved that last week. Stop it. Y'all have to stop it. Either y'all want them to rematch or y'all don't. Y'all cannot be running around here crying still a year, almost two later, about some goddamn Osterine. Either squabble with the nigga to prove it was Osterine or just shut up and move on. I'm exhausted with the whole conversation. Listen, I don't know, okay? I will say this. Hey, Lucky, how you doing, baby? Who ain't with VADA? Ryan is on the WBC. He's a champion. When you're a champion with the WBC, you're automatically enrolled in the clean boxing program. So I don't know. But my throat's starting to burn again. I'm gonna let y'all come up here and give my throat a rest. Don't come up here screaming, y'all, because my voice is like gone and I don't have time to be wrangling y'all down. So y'all come talk a little crap. Don't talk too much. Mr. Shelton, I don't even know if I want you up here because every time you come up here, somebody trash. That's the only thing you know how to say. This person trash. That's the only thing Mr. Shelton say. Mr. Shelton always calls somebody trash, ain't he, y'all? He stay calling somebody trash. Mr. Shelton is crazy. But nah, y'all, that's just my thoughts about the situation. I do hope that Xander and Boots card does shape up to those fights that I mentioned. I really hope that those fights get added to that card. I think that would make that card even better. For sure in New York, especially. Come on now, it's New York City. You got to put Shoo on there for sure. I do hope that Clarissa does stop talking about Franchón before she gets herself in more trouble. The young lady needs to really clean up her act and really get it together. What's up, Kim?
What's good, sis? How you feeling? How you feeling, sis?
My throat is like on fire now. I'm about to run and get my water. Talk for a second.
Yeah, you all good. You all good, sis. You all good. Yeah, man. It's crazy out here, dog. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The Hanos clan, y'all better stay hiding. Y'all better stay hiding, man. Y'all talk about the legacy and stuff. Talk about, oh, it's about the legacy. Well, it looks like it's about the money to me because y'all over here asking for a guarantee and just knowing y'all don't have the value, man. Y'all don't have the value. Y'all don't bring anything to the table much. Y'all went to a purse bid with Sandor Martin. The purse bid was $2.5 million. What do you expect? Like, come on, we got to be logical here, man. We really got to be logical with these situations. We really do. Like, it makes no sense for them guys to be screaming about the legacy when they're literally out here fishing for money. Then even on top of that, I got to say, these guys, the same guys, what do you say? Just trying to give that. Yeah, Sheldon Moore, take your cape off. Take your cape off, Sheldon.
I'm sorry you said that to him.
Take your cape off. I don't know what Sheldon Moore. I don't know. He part of the Hanos clan now. I don't know what's going on with him over there. He tripping. Take the cape off, Sheldon. Like, them boys want to guarantee money, and they over here talking about Turki Al-Sheikh. Turki Al-Sheikh don't care about Devin Haney. He showed it with the tweet that he made. If he really cared about Devin Haney, he would have been like, oh, yeah, we're trying to make a fight for Devin Haney. He talked about Ryan Garcia, and I've been telling y'all the past week, the past months, that Turki Al-Sheikh don't care about Devin Haney. He values Ryan Garcia more than Devin Haney, and that's just the fact of the matter. And that tweet right there is the prime example right there of who Turki Al-Sheikh values more. He values Ryan Garcia over Devin Haney. He can't even mention this man. They know Devin Haney ain't got much value, man, and he's going to be that guy that's going to be on them undercards. He's going to be that B-side guy. That man don't understand his worth. That's the problem that we're having.
I think that, in addition to that, I think it is because of Turki. Paying these guys an exorbitant amount of money, not really paying them their market value. And don't get me wrong, y'all. Obviously, these fighters, they deserve their money. They get punched in the face for a living, which is a hard way to make $1. And I've said that 1,000 times. However, we have to still be realistic. What are you bringing in? There's certain aspects of business that they have to take into account, right? Like these people that are putting on the fights, they want an ROI. They want a return on their investment. Nobody is interested in losing money. Look at what Eddie Hearn said about the Sandor Martin fight. I don't want to lose any money. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be honest and be realistic about the situation at hand. Devin Haney, if Turki is not going to be involved, Devin Haney is going to have to come to the realization that his market value is not what he's been getting paid these last 2 fights, even to be on an undercard.
Absolutely. And I see my boy J-Man said Turki made Devin value even worse. That's too, a fact, and more so the situation with Ryan. That situation where Ryan shot Devin's value down even further.
So let me ask you this,
stemming
Cam.
Today.
Let me ask you this, Cam. Do you also think that this was a strategic business move? Because Devin can't afford another loss. His brand cannot afford another loss, right? Which is why I suspect that he fought harder to get that O back than he's trying to fight Ryan again. right? Because that O is his brand, right? He can I mean, he can say what he wants. We all saw what happened, but
Right.
I mean, that O being on his record is his brand, because even though he, you know, he thinks he can just beat Rolly easy, Rolly's a cherry pick, so on and so forth, he don't really want to take that chance. He don't fight punchers really, you know, because I suspect that he knows he has a glass jaw, you know what I'm saying? Not knocked out or whatever, but definitely knocked down a few times, you know what I'm saying? So I suspect he thinks, you know, he's not trusting in his jaw like that. It's been rumored that Rolly has the hardest punch in boxing, you know what I'm saying? A couple of people have said that. So I don't, you know, maybe he was thinking about it like, this is a risk that I really don't know if the reward is there.
Then why are these guys calling him Debo Dev if he's not acting like Debo then for real? Because this is not Debo actions right here. Debo went and took what he wanted and moved around. That's what Debo did. This ain't no Debo actions right here.
Well, the end of the movie is what nobody wants to never talk about. I don't understand this. Mr. Shelton, what's up? Mr. Shelton, baby, you on mute.
I'm here.
Hey,
I'm here. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing? I hear you up here pontificating again.
What?
Show more, you better take that damn cape off. You better take that damn cape off, Sheldon. Take it off. Take the cape off, Sheldon. I ain't caping for that, nigga. Let me tell you something. Let me make something perfectly clear. Let me make something perfectly clear. Hold on. Make something perfectly clear. I paid my goddamn money. I got a plane ticket and a room. Went to the Regis Pro Race flight in San Francisco. I left at the 9th round. I left that motherfucker. So this nigga will never get me again. Never. I went and got me something to eat in the 9th round. Oh, man.
That nigga will never get me again. I will never pay no money to watch that nigga fight.
I want to go back to this comment by who said that? Was that J-Man? That said he making his value even worse. I want to dig deeper into that a little bit. By putting Devin on 2 undercards back to back, right, in Saudi Arabia, and then the other one, well, the first one was in New York and the other one was in Saudi Arabia, but I can kind of agree with that, right? Because by putting him on the undercard of the man that he made such a big deal out of cheating him, that's a slap in the face. And I don't understand why Devin would even accept something like that. You won't fight on a Tank undercard, but you'll fight on a Ryan undercard? How does that make sense?
You see the logic of that? That logic is crazy, sis. That is some crazy logic right there.
That's wild.
Like, y'all acting like he had a choice. That you've been crying about for the last 2 years. Like, good boy. Like, you can't make
Cam, you acting like he had a choice. He didn't have a choice.
Why not, Mr. Shelton?
Either fight on this undercard or you don't fight.
This is my point exactly. Stop running around here like you big dog and shit when you're really an employee. You're waiting for somebody to give you a handout. You have to wait on another promoter to make the fights. It's not like DHP is putting on fights.
I've been told y'all months ago. Just because these dudes say shit, that doesn't make it so. I believe what's coming out their mouth.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Watch what they do. That'll tell you what's happening.
So now, who do we think is next for Devin? Who do we think? Who do we think is next for him to fight? Who can he fight?
Ugh, man, sis. Should I tell him what I told you earlier?
No, you can say that for your show if you want. I was talking to the chat.
No, I don't care. You know, I don't care. We on Jack Queen Boss. We on my sister show. I don't care. We drop it over here. We don't care.
Go ahead.
But don't be surprised this man Devin Haney go after Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather is not going to happen, in my opinion, the way everything's shaking with them right now. And Manny Pacquiao is number 2 in the WBO.
Yep.
And you if y'all go and look at the WBO rankings, look at them right now. And a lot of the guys in the WBO, either they got fights going on or they're in the process of negotiating fights or whatsoever, or they don't have a significant name that much. But the most significant name of a person that's possibly available right now in the WBO is Manny Pacquiao, because I don't think the Floyd fight is happening right now with the way it's looking.
Well,
So
you know what?
don't be surprised.
That's terrible, because Floyd is going to put himself in a lot of trouble if he does not fall through with this fight as planned, as written. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. So I just don't listen.
But is that very telling to you? If they was to go after Manny Pacquiao, what does that tell you? That tells you that he's chasing money. That tells you that he's chasing money. He's not chasing the bag. He's not chasing no belts. He's chasing money, man. So when Devin Haney gets up here and talk about he's going after the belts, I'm doing legacy, I'm about this and I'm about that, it's all cap. That man is chasing the bag just like a lot of these other fighters, man. And I've been telling y'all that, man. Y'all better read the room in this shit, man.
But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are prize fighters. There's nothing wrong with that. But just stop trying to paint a picture to show a different narrative when we can clearly see the way the cookie is crumbling. Like, so here it is right here, right? So obviously the WBO, we know Devin is the champion. His first and his mandatory is Jack Catterall, but we now know that Jack Catterall will be fighting Sherham Giasov. So those two are off the table for Rolly and Devin. So both of them, basically, Devin screwed both of them inadvertently. I mean, I'm pretty sure Rolly didn't want to fight his damn mandatory anyway, but still, you screwed both you and Rolly now by taking so long to sign this contract. His mandatory and your mandatory said, "To hell with these ninjas, let's make us a fight."
Facts.
This is nasty work.
We looking at it. We got Manny Pacquiao at 2.
Yep. T.O.
Manny
at 3.
Pacquiao at 2 right there.
This is nasty because T.O. not even at 147. This is nasty work right here. Real nasty.
Yeah, T.O. See, that's the crazy part right there. Now, just talk about this. Have a quick conversation with the sanctioning body. T.O. just moved to 147, and he's ranked in the top 10 in like 2-3 sanctioning bodies already. Off a loss.
Nasty work.
To Shakur Stevenson.
Off a loss. Nasty.
Then we got Barbosa's at 4. You know what I'm saying?
Who we know is about to fight. Oh, is he? I thought. Yeah, you know what? He is available.
Yeah, he's
Arnold
available.
Barbosa is available. Karen Chikadashian is available.
No, Karen ain't available. He about to fight Patty Donovan, sis.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, he
Polanco.
about to fight Patty Donovan.
Didn't Rohan just fight?
No, Rohan was about to fight on that Xander and the Baz Baru card.
That's right. But
he ended up basically backing out of the fight because he got sick because of his weight cut.
Yeah, we know he's not about to fight
Polanco
Tiger.
most likely not happening. You got Ricardo Salas Rodriguez. If Devin was to fight that man, they gonna kill him in it. They gonna kill him in the media if he was to fight him.
He's not gonna fight Tiger Johnson. We know that. Let me scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely ain't doing that with him going to court for Tiger right now.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Alexis Arosha, he just coming off beating Jojo Diaz. He is the zone guy. He's on Golden Boys. I don't see that fight happening. Raul Coriel, I don't see that fight personally happening, honestly. Coriel is higher in the WBA sanctioning bodies than the WBO. He's more so going, and he's higher in the WBC and the IBF. So he's going the other route. He's not even focusing on the WBO currently right now. Then you got Stanionis at 14, then Konstantin Ursu at 13. Like if he was to fight Ursu, then he's going to get killed for fighting him for sure. Amanda Stanionis, I mean, he's number 3 in the WBA. Don't be surprised if Rolly takes a route with Stanionis.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. He got ties to PBC too as well. So Rolly may say, forget Devin. Let's go ahead and get it cracking with Stanionis probably. This
is crazy. Nasty work, yo.
So the real the realistic options that Devin has is other than is really only possibly Manny Pacquiao or Arnold Barboza for the WBO.
Hold on.
Unless
What's
he
your
gonna try to
question,
fight
Ace Stain,
Tio.
baby? Ace Stain. That's what I told you. But Ryan's trying to fight him. I don't think Ryan gonna fight Tio either. But you know that whole thing they got going. What's up, Ace Stain, baby? Put it in the chat. I'll read it. But yeah. I mean, listen. So realistically, the boy's options are slim. Okay, he's looking for the biggest bag, so he probably is waiting around to see what's gonna happen with Manny and Mayweather. Their fight isn't until September, although I don't know if Manny will be trying to take a fight in between there, take a possible loss. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Why do we care? Why do we care who Devin fights? Make the nigga go to Zuffa. Hey, Solstein, turn your phone off, baby.
Hey,
make that nigga go to Zuffa.
You don't be surprised he go to Zuffa, man. At this point, he might be on Zuffa if he wants the guaranteed bag. Says, I won't be surprised at this point.
But is Dana White? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he is a Turkey guy. You know what I'm saying? I know that they do. You know, get some money over there, but who knows? Who's he gonna fight over there? That's the thing. Who's he gonna fight over there?
Nobody, because it ain't nobody over there.
That's what I'm saying. He can't go to Zuffa.
Ain't nobody over there. Then he would have to fight at 150 because 147 ain't even in the division at Zuffa. So he had to fight at 150 where, I mean, that should be a weight for him because the man, we already know what he does on fight night. That's a whole nother story though.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, listen. I don't know, y'all. Obviously, we don't know what the young man got going on. I just thought it'd be very telling that the first thing you do is ask for a guaranteed purse. Why would you even ask PBC for that? You already know how they give it up. Like, that didn't even make no sense. You already know what type of time they on over there.
I still wonder what changed with what changed? I guess assuming the guaranteed money is the 100% issue. It's not the split at all. It's not the split. It's the fact that they wasn't willing to give him guaranteed money. And that's simply what it is. And Devin, if y'all this is my thing. How you make concessions for guys like Kambosos and Lomachenko and stuff, but when it comes to some of these other guys, you want to act like you can't make concessions for them to make the fights happen. I thought this guy was about the legacy. I thought this was big Debo Dev out here, and he was stepping and fighting the best guys and all of that. He a big stepper out here. I'm not seeing that type of energy at all within this right now. This is sucker activity is looking like right now to me.
DJ, what's up, baby?
Here you go. So
what's good, DJ? What's good?
I've got for the chat, or both of you, a couple of confirm or deny.
Okay.
First of all, in my circles, and that doesn't mean that I've got direct access to special people, but Manny and Floyd can't get their boxing license in Nevada. They're too old. Right? Manny's got extended Manny's got extended from December to February, when he was supposed to fight Rowley, and then when that fight didn't happen in February, he lost his boxing license. So any professional bout at this stage is questionable, particularly in Vegas.
So that's why Mayweather may be saying it's an exhibition.
Yeah, well, the state of Nevada isn't going to give a 49-year-old a boxing license. But it's no. And they're pretty stringent on that sort of stuff, right? Because they don't want to wear the consequences if someone dies or gets hurt, or you know how it works, right? And if PBC don't have an annual budget from a broadcaster, right? Because Amazon Prime don't give them an annual budget; they just pay for the promotion on spec. Why would Devin think that he's going to get a guaranteed purse from PBC fighting Manny and not Rowley? Like, it ain't going to change, even if Manny can get a boxing license in a different state. So for me, I read through the bullshit. Too often we see fighters use the money wasn't right as an excuse. That's,
Absolutely.
oh, I got carpet tunnel, or I hurt my hand during training, or it's not selling, so we need to come up with an excuse. Like, the money not right is just one of those standard get out of jail statements to say that you weren't interested or you didn't want the fight. Now, I'm also reading, and I'll let you two go in a minute. I'm also reading that Bill and Devin are in court on the 6th of April.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that, depending on what the potential consequences might be out of that, I don't know. I don't understand the US law system, but there's no guarantee that if they get slapped with a fine or something worse, that makes Devin unavailable for a guaranteed date.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Devin is not getting a guarantee with PBC, period. That's not how PBC does business.
No.
I don't know what would possess him to think that that's something that he can even ascertain. But let's check this out, because I just now see this. Maybe some of y'all already saw it. GJ, you can stay up, baby. I want to react to this real quick because Bill is back on his bullshit. So let's just take a listen and see what he got to say. I want to hear what he's talking about.
Sponsorships, everything that'll go into making the show possible for the guys to get the money. That's normally the talk of us, DHP, me, and the other promoters and companies that we've worked with in the past. What Turki Al-Sheikh has done is he's come in and given us the ability to have guaranteed fights without having to worry about any of the logistics, any of the pay-per-views, sponsorships, how many seats you're going to sell, so on and so forth. You know, the overall budget to the fight. So, you know, when you talk about doing a fight without Turki, well, then it takes what me and you talked about was, what's that word that you use? Projections. You know, we talked about what the projections, because that's the only thing that you can do. And then come to an understanding of what our projections is, what their projections is, and then an agreement. And we couldn't come to an agreement based on that, and you know, as of now. But I don't disregard that we can come up with something later on, but right now we couldn't come to a resolution that I was comfortable with giving it to Devin and saying that I believe in it, that it's a good move. And for that, I spent as much time as I could on it, and Devin ultimately made the decision as the boss that he is and saying, this just ain't gonna work out. We're gonna have to explore some other options.
Right.
Oh my God. I seen that clip too. And you know I got that clip, sis. You know I got that clip.
So that directly ties into this conversation. They are solely dependent on Turki to provide them with the funding for this. Hey, Rick Timms, how you doing, baby? And this is basically, you know, Bill saying, hey, we don't want to have to worry about selling. We don't want to have to worry. So basically, they don't want any responsibility in their flop. Basically, they want to get paid, and that's just it. That's what I'm understanding. That's the gist of what it looks like to me. So
that's absolutely what it is. They don't want to take it. They've been used to working with Turki and getting those guaranteed bags. Think about what happened, sis. They was about to be fighting on Black Prom, sis. Before
I remember
they end up fighting Jose Ramirez. Yeah, I think people act like we don't remember that. Like they were literally
going to be his first fight back
before they then drugged themselves up there to UK and had a little media workout and went and met up with Turki and went ahead and got on their knees.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember that. That was gonna be his first fight back after that long layover after Ryan put the Beats by Dre on him. That was gonna be his very first fight back. He got upset that they announced it and he got so much backlash because I remember myself saying, well, damn, why don't he just go fight on Tubi? If you're gonna go to BLK Prime or Black Prime or whatever, Black Planet, wherever he's about to fight, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. They don't want to be responsible for how much their event sells, right? But you can't say that you are big dog. You can't say you're a boss when you're running around here looking for other people to fund your fights.
Absolutely.
That just simply doesn't make any sense. DJ, you got any thoughts on what you just heard?
Look, Turki Al-Sheikh throwing his money around was only going to be temporary, in my opinion. Right? It wasn't going to continue to the extent that it was when he had to make a splash and come in and ask these promoters to work with each other. Because prior to Turki, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren weren't working together. To cross the street, you always had to sign up with PBC and, all of that sort of bullshit, right? But you play a dangerous game waiting for Turki Al-Sheikh with the current geopolitics. You play a dangerous game waiting for him to open the checkbook for you. Because what happens if things don't settle down and he doesn't come back in the fourth quarter? What happens then? Then you go all year without a fight and no money. So there used to be a time where, as a fan, you didn't hear a goddamn thing about money. You didn't hear about pay-per-views. You didn't hear about percentages of a bag because you just wanted to be a fan and say, well, you announce the fight. Once your negotiations behind closed doors are finished, you've signed the contract and give us a date. As a fan, that's all I want to know about. I don't want to get into people's financial bullshit that happens behind closed doors because for me, it just sounds like an excuse. Don't announce a fight unless all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and you're going to turn up on a certain day at a certain place and fight. It's that simple for me.
I think it gets a little bit more complicated when you have some of these fighters out here flaunting their money or openly and willingly lying about their money. Like when Devin said how much money he got for the Ryan fight, then we found out it was significantly less than that. So I think that the problem comes when these guys are out here trying to big dog it. And some people are interested in the business aspect of the sport because we want to know why certain fights don't happen. So I think that that's where that part comes in. And then it doesn't help when you have people like Bill Haney out here, pushing narratives or, saying, after we did the calculations, I told y'all all these niggas turn into goddamn Bill Gates and Elon Musk when it comes to a fight that they are not sure that they can win. They all do it.
My counter to the Turki comment that he made, what would your career look like if Turki hadn't come into the game? Does that mean we wouldn't have seen you fight in the last 3 years? Would that have meant that nobody would have paid you what you pretend you're worth? And we wouldn't have seen Devin Haney in the ring for the last 3.5 years? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, I think that once they, were getting ready to go on to the BLK Prime situation, they said, hey, let's make one last stitch effort to go on out to, because Turki didn't fly them out. They flew themselves out over there to meet him. He wasn't checking for them. He wasn't calling for them. And the only reason, in my opinion, that he was even interested in Shakur is because he liked Bud and he knew that was Bud's little brother. So, I mean, we have to put all these things in perspective when we're talking about what Turki has done to the game. In my opinion, he's ruined it because now these boys are walking around here asking for a whole bunch of money that they just simply don't generate. And no other promoter is silly enough to give it to them but Turki. So they're putting themselves in a box.
Yeah, I agree with you. But wasn't it rumored that Turki gave him a 3-fight deal for $35 million? Not each, but total. So technically,
that was the rumor, but we don't know if that's true.
Exactly. That's why I called it a rumor.
No, I know. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, in general, they put a lot of things out that just simply don't ring true. Because if that's the case, then why are you running around here still like scrambling? It's like every time he needs a fight, he's out here like scrambling, trying to find himself a fight. Like you're not represented. Like what do you just bring somebody to Turki and say, can you please pay for this fight? And then he'll either nod yes or say no. Like that's a horrible way to live, my boy. Especially for people who are out here calling themselves bosses. Like your actions ain't matching your words. Shout out to
Cool.
to who was that in the Cash App? Was that you, DJ? Or was that D1? Shout out to who? Let me see. Let me make sure I shout out. Give y'all priority.
I certainly can't claim that Cash App.
Oh, shout out to D1 in the Cash App. But go ahead, what you was gonna say?
Look, if Rolly's easy work, sure you might take a little bit of a pay cut, but if he's easy work, that's an easy payday for you. And when you've got two belts, next time you come back to the table, you've got a little bit more to bargain with.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get about some of this, the politics, right? You would rather get $0 because you can't get an extra 10% on a bag. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't want to get paid at all unless I get overpaid. Make that make sense.
Yep. What's up, D1? Thank you, baby, for the Cash App and the support. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all are smashing that like button as y'all come through here. If y'all cannot support the channel financially, the least you can do is smash that like button. Those who can, I appreciate your support as well. But back to what we were talking about, the problem with this that I'm having, right? And listen, all of your points are extremely valid, and you make a lot of good points. I think that we do need to revisit that question that you made, because that was an amazing question. What if Turki doesn't come back? You know, they're going to have to, these boys are going to have a rude awakening, in my opinion, because their market value has been diminished even worse than what it was before by putting you on undercard. So you can't even go to another promotional company and claim numbers of an undercard you were on. I mean, like, how ridiculous is that? And then on top of that, nobody's checking for you like that as is. You know what I'm saying? The writing is on the wall. For you to be crying about guaranteed money, come on, yo. Come on, man. Like, we know what it really is. They have to stop spreading this propaganda. It's quite disgusting.
Yeah, you know what I'm about to say. Too much talking, not enough action. Too much talking. Too much talking, not enough action. Like in Turkey, and the thing is, Turkey, you're seeing it slowly for surely that he's pulling back on the fighters that he wants to deal with, that he don't want to deal with like that for real. Like a guy like Devin, he want to use him and get him whacked for real. He was trying to get him whacked with Brian Norman Jr., but he wasn't able to do it. Brian Norman Jr. wasn't the guy to do it. That's just the fact of the matter.
Well, you know there's little things that I'm taking notice of that are happening in the landscape, and maybe some people aren't taking notice. To your point, Kim, I agree with you, because it was public and it was obvious that Turki didn't want anything to do with the so-called Boots Virgil fight, right? He wanted no part of that on Riyadh season for whatever reason. But understanding that it's actually not Turki Al-Sheikh's money, it's the Public Investment Fund. So whilst ever they've got some disruption over there in that part of the world, any Riyadh season in Saudi is on permanent pause. Now, Public Investment Fund, fronted by Turki, is also throwing their weight behind Zuffa. So for Turki to come to the States, he needs a promoter. And the promoter that he's got is Dana White. And Nick can't, right? Because he hasn't got Al Heyman, or
he don't got Frank no more, because Frank is pissed with them. Frank Warren is suing them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he could still do a little something, because he's still very heavily invested in DAZN. So I mean,
yeah. So look, the landscape's changing slowly but surely. So from a business sense, if you're going to put your whole house, your car, your kids, your family on the next check coming from Turki Al-Sheikh, you could just be waiting a fair while. And particularly if he's not interested in you. Like if he's not calling you to get you on the Canelo undercard in September or something like that, you're just not on his radar. The only way you can get on his radar is go and beat people up, get unified, get undisputed, and make yourself a bona fide star.
Yeah.
But I mean, rather than who is he going to fight, I mean, who do you want to see him fight? I mean, there's so much discussion about Dev, and he's not even in the ring. There's not a contract signed.
Exactly. And that's where the problem is. Hey, Lou, that's where the problem for me lies, right? Like, so for them running around here like they have so many options, Devin's options are very, very limited. He thought he had some shaking with Lewis Crocker, but that didn't work out. He's running around here with that list. You know what I'm saying? Which is a bunch of nonsense. He thought he had a lick with Xander. Top Rank ain't messing with you. It's like, to me, it just appears that no one really wants to deal with him.
Well, it's hard to deal with someone when you feel like you're going to take a financial loss on him because you've got to give him so much money.
DJ,
right?
Exactly.
So that's no business does that. A business might invest temporarily in something to try and get their money back, but if they're paying too much overs, they're never going to get their money back. So why would Eddie or Bob or Al pay overs knowing that it's going to cut into their profit margin?
Hence as to why that I said I don't even know why he wasted his time asking Al Heyman for no goddamn guarantee. Like, they don't do that over there. More importantly, there's other promoters that have worked with you that are not going to be eager to work with you again because y'all want too much money and there's no return on their investment. Look at the situation that happened with him and Sandor Martin with the Matchroom situation. Eddie didn't even bid on it. I'm not wasting no money. Top Rank, Bob Arum says Devin doesn't sell. They try to blow it off as he's disgruntled, but no, that's the gist of everything. Golden Boy, look what happened when you tried to sue them for the Ryan fight. You just don't sell. Devin, you just don't sell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the writing is on the wall. These other promotional companies, as you stated, are not looking to take financial losses working with the Haneys. And that has been the gist of it. They're happy to let Turki overpay him. You kidding me? They are happy. But to Cam's point, I think Turki was trying to get them knocked off so he don't have to overpay for them. The writing is on the wall. Nobody just seems to be reading it.
Well, time will tell. Let's see what he's going to do between now and fourth quarter. Otherwise, he's just going to be sitting on the bench. And if he's not on a ring or Riyadh season in September, he's still going to be sitting on the bench. And let me just address that list for a minute. If you're a boxer that only fights once a year and you got 10 names on that list, that means it's going to take you until you're 39 years old to get through that list. It ain't going to happen. That list is garbage.
Well, there's a lot of people. Well, we knew that, but there's a lot of people on that list that just doesn't make a lot of sense, right? A lot of guys all over different weight classes. The conversation about him and Shakur quickly fizzled out because Shakur wants a rehydration clause. We know Big Boy Dev is not getting on the rehydration clause. We know that is not nowhere in his vocabulary because he got to be able to balloon back up. We already know how he rock. So that's not going to happen. This issue that he's having with Ryan is like ridiculous to me. I don't understand how Ryan talked himself out of a fight when he ain't said much, but he's the A side, which is literally him telling the truth. So, I just don't know where he goes from here.
We got this man Devin. He said that the A side and B sides don't exist because of Turki and everything. And saying that same stuff to Ryan, but then comes to Rolly and basically try to approach Rolly like he's the A side over Rolly, when Rolly and PBC was the one that sent him, the paperwork and the offers and everything. Like, and then on top of that, if Devin doesn't fight, and I've told y'all throughout this week, if Devin don't fight Rolly or Ryan this year in 2026, he's the duck of the year at this point, flat out. Like, because they talk all this championship, talk and all of that, and they're writing checks that they ass can't cash right now. And they're
writing checks that they hope Turki Al-Sheikh cashes. They're trying to write checks they hope Turki Al-Sheikh.
Ryan's coming back in July. So now if y'all not fighting Rolly and y'all so high on Turki Al-Sheikh, then y'all should be pursuing Ryan. But oops, I forgot. These are the same guys that's saying, Ryan wants to fight in July because he's trying to cycle off of his peds right now. That's what Devin said the other day.
Yeah, I know. It's nasty work. Making all these kind of wild ass accusations is ridiculous.
Listen, if I don't hear the word Austrian again in my life, I'll be happy.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Good God.
Like, at some point, do we go all the way back and continue to talk about Fondora's loss to Mendoza, or have we moved on? You know,
I mean, really.
some things just need to be left alone. And that's my fear, that if he fights Devin again, all of the Peds and the Austrians going to start all over again. And I'm just going to walk away from
It
boxing
hasn't
until it's
stopped.
finished.
It hasn't stopped. DJ. It
Yep.
hasn't stopped. It's been almost 2 years, and that conversation has not stopped.
Yeah, well, what if he does fight Rolly and get beat? Does Rolly all of a sudden mysteriously pop dirty? Come on.
We don't know. But I'll tell you, that's a risk that I don't think they're willing to take. Because if he gets clipped by Rolly, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all bad. It's going to be all
Listen,
bad.
I'm of the opinion, Cam, I'm not sure if I've said this to you, I have to Jab Queen, but I don't think that Ryan should fight Devin. Like, why would you? If you're going to be threatened with battery, like suing for battery, that tells you about the principles of the man. Forget his boxing skill, right? Why would you risk going through all that again?
That's a deep perspective right there. No cap.
Yep.
But think about it, because Ryan wasn't even found guilty. He pled guilty for a lesser punishment, right? So take that whichever way you want, but I'm suspicious that he even popped dirty. And that's just my opinion. I don't have anything else, but just the timing of it was all sus to me. Everything was good right up until the fight, but all of a sudden the fight doesn't go the way you want and he pops dirty. Yeah, righto. So I'll be happy for that fight not to happen, just because I don't want to hear about Austrian or Peds anymore. And I just think it'll light the fuse all over again.
Like I said, that fuse has never defused. They're still using it as a weapon. They're still weaponizing VADA. You know, they're still perpetuating this whole thing, still wildly accusing this man of drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a never-ending cycle with them. I'm in agreement with you. Either fight him again. I only want this rematch because I want to prove. They both need to prove. They have both something to prove, and that's a legacy fight. If you're really worrying about your legacy, that is a legacy fight. Right. So instead of being money hungry, running around here like a hoe, trying to find who got the deepest pocket, why don't you really stay true to what you said you was going to stay true to? You're looking for legacy fights, because Ryan Garcia is 100% your legacy fight.
Yeah, but I'm an asshole like that. I'd make him go to bed every night not being able to get his get back. You're not getting a big bag off my name, and I'm not letting you get your get back. Get used to it.
Well, that's petty. I like that, but it's petty.
I'm about to say, I already know Ryan to Devin is Devin's only legacy fight currently.
Yes.
This is only legacy fight right now.
1,000%. 1,000%. This is his only legacy. What? This is the only legacy fight, and this is your opportunity to show the world that the only reason he beat you is because what you keep claiming, that he was on Ostery. This is your opportunity.
Watch him go ahead and add Boots to that list of his if Boots beats Xander.
He got Boots on that list, but see, here's my thing, and I promise you this: Devin will not take his ass to 154 until Jerron Boots Ennis moves to 160. Book it.
Amen.
He's not doing it.
Amen.
I reckon he might go up there for a snatch and grab.
Well, that's what he tried to do with Xander, but that's what I'm saying. If you want to go up there, but that was my point when he was trying to fight Xander, right? Why would you go up there to fight Xander because he has 2 belts, but yet you don't want to fight Rolly for unification? Like, I just don't understand some of this shit. And then it's like you pick and choose who you have morals and standards on, whose undercard you'll be on. To me, you don't have any, because you were already on the man's undercard who you claim beat you. That's the ultimate disrespect. From Turkey anyway. And then you didn't show yourself no respect by accepting that fight.
Look, if boxing teaches us anything, particularly over the last couple of years, that everyone will call everyone out and fight nobody. Exactly. And until they're actually in the ring receiving their final instructions from the ref, because not making weight, popping dirty, getting injured in camp, you know, Contract fell through, venue fell through. Boxing gives me no trust to actually trust what I'm getting told until I actually see him in the ring.
Shout out to Big Dre and the Cash App. I appreciate y'all so much for showing love and support. But yeah, Crush, what's up with you, baby? What you got?
Yeah, I seen you cook, and I've been down for a few days, and just the same old bullshit going on in Moist Meter Land. So,
My brother Crush.
what else is new, Jab Queen? What's up, Cam?
Well, I can review the topics, and you let me know which one you wanna cook on. So first, I mentioned what's going on with Richardson, Hitchins, and Shakur online, and then Richardson, Hitchins, and Emiliano Vargas online. And who knows? These boys are out here acting crazy. I went over the women's fight that's coming up this weekend: Caroline Dubois and Terry Harper, and then. Well, we still talking about Devin behind, but we talked about Clarissa and her being sent to cease and desist by Franchón Crews for running her mouth and lying. And then I went over how jealous and envious that Virgil Ortiz is that, first of all, Oscar won't let him come outside and play. And that Boots and Xander are moving on without him. He's still trying to act like he's the prettiest girl at the prom, that nobody asked to dance. But, he's just basically salty. His ass is salty, and he need to go sit down. So you can cook on any one of those. And then, we were going through Devin's DuckTales. I played the video of Bill explaining why they opted out of the Rolly fight.
Well, we all know the reason why they opt out the Rolly fight is all Mickey freaking cat. So, they call it money shit or whatever. Okay, you just want to be a hoe that's on Sunstrip Boulevard that just want to tip because you got to deal with a little something. That's how I feel about that. So it's a whole duck move with them. So I ain't gonna cook on that too much. That's self-explanatory, but it looks bad. You know what I mean? Scared of the the cherry picked the yellow bus guy. So that's the story on that. And they looking real bad and desperate out there for them. Carolyn Dubois and Terry Harper. Can't wait to see this fight this Saturday. It's gonna be a good fight. I don't think
Did you say a little push and shove? It wasn't that much, but I was like, oh, they getting spicy. They getting a little spicy.
Yeah.
Look. Y'all think Terry Harper got anything for Caroline, y'all?
I'm trying to be nice, Jab Queen, because I don't have no beef with Terry Harper. But I gotta keep it straight up and down. No special effects, or I wouldn't be me. She waxing that ass. I'm sorry.
Ooh-wee.
I like Terry Harper, but Colin Dubois is with the shiz in it, and we seen people hating on her and all that, and old bomb girl talking about Terry Harper take her to it and all that, and to all the fellas that was giving Terry Harper credit on her thighs. Well, them thighs ain't gonna help her win this goddamn fight this Saturday. It's gonna be good until the girl go into once Caroline shipping to second gear. It's a tell story. I like Terry Harper, but I don't think she can hang with it. She's gonna be there for a minute until Caroline decides to turn up into the next gear, and she might stop her lead. That's how I feel about that one. Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Play what again, D1? What did you want me to play again, baby?
On the Caroline video.
The Caroline video? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Child, it's going to go down. It's going down.
It's gonna go down, but I'm gonna stay where I'm at. It's gonna be a barn burner for sure.
Oh yes,
it's gonna be a barn burner. I'm gonna say this is gonna be one of those fights that could be candidate fight of the year, no matter if it's women boxing.
Depending on how long it lasts, because she might get her up out of there. She might get her up out of there for real. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
Well, Jab Queen, we we all had some good ass quickies in our life, right? We didn't have a quickie before. I'm like, God damn. I wish I could have, put some extended time on that quickie. This might just be the case with this fight. As long as I get my joy, if it's 5 minutes of pleasure, please me, baby, don't tease me. I don't give a fuck.
Lord have mercy.
That's how I feel, Jag Queen, when it comes to Carl and Dubois and women boxing. Anyway, they get right to it. Give me what the fuck I want. It don't matter how you give it to me. I ain't gonna be too picky. But
you know what? Hold on one second. Breaking news that I just saw that Manny Pacquiao Cam is going down. Like we said, Manny Pacquiao said if Mayweather can't get it together, he'll fight Devin. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Oh,
Cam J.
no,
Cam J.
no, don't get these. Oh, don't get a hey nose, kind of like, cause man, then they go, oh yeah, we got Pacquiao. Fuck with us there, fuck Rolly. We knew it was the best move. Fuck guy, we about to get paid.
But that just proves
Cam
what
J
it is.
One of these days.
But that just proves what it is. That just proves exactly what it is. It's not about legacy. It's about that money. It ain't about legacy at all.
And with that being said, for some of you that's in the chat, out there in the chat, don't be sitting up there if you're a Haney fan trying to make it seem like, if he beats Manny Pacquiao, looks good on his resume. No, the fuck it don't. It's blasphemous. That's just like me going outside and going over to the senior citizen home and asking one of these 80 years old to go 3 rounds with me. Are you fucking crazy? Get no credit for that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, are we giving them credit for that? Are we giving them credit for that?
No. See, fuck no, Jab Queen. No, we don't do that. That don't prove nothing if he beats an old Manny Pacquiao, a man that's been past his fucking generation for the longest. I don't give a damn how many times y'all seen him play fucking pickaboo jack in the fucking box. I don't give a damn. You can't change the fact that this is an old damn man. He's a senior citizen when it comes to the lifespan of boxing. Shame on your motherfucking selves, and you think that's supposed to be good for your legacy and your time? Fuck no. That's why these fighters, they have a long way to go before y'all start putting this extra sauce on these motherfuckers. So right now, I'm knocking the toppings off y'all shit if y'all giving these dudes too much credit. No, he gets no credit for Manny Pacquiao. He fuck around and lose to Manny Pacquiao. That, oh my goodness, heart attacks. Nah, nope. Nah. But they're going to try to do that anyway, Jag Queen, but I ain't going for it.
Yeah, I'm not really going for that either. But I mean, we talked about this, Cam, what type of time they on. We could see it. I could see it.
They tripping. We got Chisora and Wilder. I really don't want to see this. I want the bomber to put it down, but hey, like I said, I'm a boxing fan, so whatever these guys want to do with their career, I'm even going to entertain it, cover it, whatever the case may be, and leave it at that. So I'm not going to, cry sour apples and fucking grapes. I'm going to watch them fight. I mean, these guys are at the end, him and Chisora, and this fight can go either fucking way. As far as I'm concerned, Chisora has a chance of beating Wilder, and Wilder with that crazy, relentless overhand that sometimes just don't quit can happen, but we'll see. But I know it's going to be an interesting fight because they're going to come out there and try to knock each other heads off. That's one thing we know we can get for sure.
Hey sis, can you play that? Can you play that Bill video? I want Crush to see the video. I know D1 want to see the video. Play that Bill video with Champs out again real quick, sis.
Oh yeah, I love to see that.
Let me find it. Go ahead, y'all keep talking. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, because Mr. Bill Haney, them boys be bluffing too much, man. Too much bluffing out here, man. Sending too much smoke screens out here. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Hanos Clan, y'all better stay far away from Cam. I've been at y'all helmet all week. It ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Can't stop, won't stop. I'm at y'all helmet right now. I'm at y'all helmet tomorrow. I met your helmet Saturday. I met your helmet Sunday. This is an everyday thing right now. You know what I mean? So it won't stop.
Lord have mercy. I
Hey,
mean,
get
listen, it is. It is what it is, baby. You gotta let them know. We gotta let them know what it is. Now I can't find the doggone video. Where is it? But yeah, he up here lying. I mean, that's where the basically the breakdown came from of you know, them saying that they wanted guaranteed money. They wanted the guarantee, and Rolly didn't want to give them the guarantee. So this is where we at.
well,
This was the breakdown of it anyway. Where's that
so
damn
why should
letter?
they think that they should get this guarantee? Not to talk over you, Jack Queen. Forgive me, love, for that, because I'm just trying to see what the funk is going on. What was said simplified. Rolly fight didn't happen because there was no guaranteed money involved. Without someone like Turki, Ali Sheik, or DAZN backing it, the deal was based on projections, guesses on pay-per-view sales, gate, and etc. Dev's team didn't trust the projections enough to risk it. They asked for a financial guarantee. It was declined. Because of that, they felt the deal wasn't secure or worth it. So Devin made the final call to walk away and look for better options. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. What motherfucking better options does he have right now?
Well, we heard
Okay,
that
I
he gonna fight Manny.
Well, you know, besides that, Jam Queen, which I still think is a bunch of bullshit, this is bad. This is some thirsty ass shit. But this is the guy, you know, what the fuck y'all be talking about? I'm telling y'all, if he fights this man and beats him, he gets no credit. Y'all can get on here and have as many parades as y'all want. Y'all think cameras on y'all. I'm going to make it a fucking nightmare for you motherfuckers. Because it don't look good. And it just proves the fact that y'all motherfuckers been capping the whole time this boy been wrapping up his hands and putting the gloves on. That's what this determines. It's been this the whole time. And it's going on with most of these usual suspect ass fucking fighters that we talk about on a normal basis. It's getting horrible. This shit is too predictable. Boxing is not supposed to be predictable. But when you know when it's going to be a duck move after a duck move after a duck move, well, crack the crack, queenie, crack, crack. We already know it's the next move. The motherfucker don't want no smoke. Oh, he talk about legacy. No, it really means money. Oh, these motherfuckers know these accolade lickers know it's about prize fighting, but you know they want to be deflectors and all that. And it bites them on the ass at the end of the day. But I tell you what, they like roaches. They never die, they multiply. And we gonna keep on spraying and laying. That's all I got.
Yeah, this is wild that they're going after oh, here it is. I found it. 1 second, y'all. This is wild that they're going after Manny. To me, it's just a little weird. But let me go ahead and play this for y'all. Add this to the stage. Oh, let me move this, and here we go. Let's see.
Any privy, or he doesn't know anything about those negotiations. From you know what it takes to have the site, fee, you know, the sponsorships, everything that'll go into making the show possible for the guys to get the money. That's normally the talk of us, DHP, me, and the other promoters and companies that we've worked with in the past. What Turki Ali Sheik has done is he's come in and given us the ability to have guaranteed fights without having to worry about any of the logistics, any of the pay-per-views, sponsorships, how many seats you're going to sell, so on and so forth. You know, the overall budget to the fight. So, you know, when you talk about doing a fight without Turki, well, then it takes what me and you talked about was, what's that word that you use? Projections. You know, we talked about what the projections, because that's the only thing that you can do. And then come to an understanding of what our projections is, what their projections is, and then an agreement. And we couldn't come to an agreement based on that, and as of now. But I don't disregard that we can come up with something later on. But right now, we couldn't come to a resolution that I was comfortable with giving it to Devin and saying that I believe in it, that it's a good move. And for that, I spent as much time as I could on it. And Devin ultimately made the decision as the boss that he is and saying, this just ain't going to work out. We're going to have to explore some other options.
Right.
Well. What up, bro? This is comical. And sound like the word should have been duck, but he paraphrased and used another word. It's not good, man. This is not good. This is the best thing, better option that they could go with is pulling up old ass Manny Pacquiao because they want this damn payday. Like this is horrible. And it's because these guys can generate that type of money they goddamn selves. I thought these guys were supposed to be the so-called face of boxing, this, that, and the other. Why the fuck they can't make this type of money their own self?
Talk, Crush. Talk.
So don't give me this legacy shit. Y'all talking about legacy payday. But they supposed to be the faces of boxing. They elite. They this, they that. Then why they can't do this shit on their own? Because as long as I've been watching boxing, all those things fall under the same umbrella. And we seen the ones who was leading the motherfucking march. And none of these dudes that y'all be crying about and pickle pulling and all that is doing anything close to it. Get over your damn feelings. This is bad. I told you, today's young boys in this damn sport don't know how to make money. They horrible hustlers. They horrible fucking hustlers. This is bad. This is their generation. And they can't, cook up this fucking pot. They damn self, but they supposed to be the tell of the fucking sport. Survey says bullshit. You gotta go back and get somebody like going back into the first time the fucking U.S. Mint opened up to get the very first dollar bill. Are you serious? Y'all got to stop the nonsense with this dream on dreaming shit. Listening to the brand new Heavy's a little too much. It's a groovy song, but y'all dreaming on a little too much, and that's why life is getting in the way when it comes to your favorite fighters. This is bullshit. Get out of here. No legacy. None of that shit that y'all be talking about. Stop getting high off that shit that Smokey got high off on Friday, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Big Dre, what's up? Welcome to the stage, baby. What you got for the show?
Well, I think that listening to Brother Bill and his illustrious spill there, they want to get paid what they think they worth and not what they actually worth. Because see, if you had any confidence in your selling ability and your marketability, you would say, hey, bring it on. Let's take the no guarantee because we're going to get paid. But no, they want that guaranteed money because see, when they don't sell out the arena and they only do 25,000 pay-per-views, they know ain't no money coming. They're gonna say, well, we had to pay production, and we had to rent the arena, and after all of the the contracted fighters on the undercard got paid, and the promoter got his cut, and the managers got their cut. I got $13.50, man. And I think that's more the reality, and they know it, because if they had any confidence in their sales and their marketability, in the even just the thought that people wanted to see them fight, they take that deal. You know, they turned down a fight that had a 100,000 pay-per-view minimum. I mean, you think that you're supposed to be the face of boxing. You're the best thing since sliced bread. You former undisputed, baby. But you don't think you can get 100,000 pay-per-views? Oh, I'm sorry. When you do a hometown fight and you don't reach the 90% threshold, which the NFL uses as a sellout, that means you ain't gonna sell out at home. Well, where can you sell out at? If they ain't gonna come see you at home, where they gonna come see you at?
Has he ever had a hometown fight?
He had that fight in
Regis.
Oakland against Regis.
35K pay-per-view buys.
Ooh.
That's it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
86%. And the 86% percentile of ticket sales. Yeah. He's had a hometown fight. They build it. They build it as a sellout. They advertise it as a sellout. But when you look at the number of seats and look at the number of ticket sales, the math ain't mathing. I may be wrong, but I think it came out somewhere like 86%. So when you do 86% at home, you know, and 35,000 pay-per-views, that's not a ringing endorsement of being, you know, a top seller. That's not a ringing endorsement of being
That ain't
able
the
to sell
face
out
of
an arena.
boxing, Big Dre. Go ahead and go. You don't got to be political with it. Go ahead and tell them that ain't the face of boxing numbers right there, Big Dre. Go ahead and pop your shit.
Get
Pop
right
your
to
shit,
it,
bro.
bro. You're not playing around with it.
Okay,
Right.
that ain't face of boxing numbers. That's bullshit. How you say it? How you say it? That's bullshit.
That's that bullshit. That's how you lay it on. There you go, bro. That's bullshit.
You know, I mean,
Cash
when
said
you
those
when you
tickets was
think,
$50. Oh God.
oh yeah, I forgot they reduced the price of those tickets. So you know, it was actually cheaper to go see the fight than watch it on pay-per-view.
Damn.
Yes. You can
hmm.
get a seat. You can get a seat in the 200 section. We're not talking about the nosebleeds now. In the 200 section for roughly about the same price as a seat in the arena. I mean, as your pay-per-view. So you tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't take the right kind of math in school. You know. Maybe you know, when I was coming up, when I was in the 5th grade, when they taught percentages, they were teaching it wrong. But you know,
Okay,
Devin
so
is
let's not simmer on this because we don't already stir fry Devin. We need to figure out. I mean, I don't think anybody is disagreeing with Franchón Crews for her cease and desist, are we?
Oh, you know, Jeb. You know how we rocking and shit on that motherfucker. You know I don't like fucking she-man. I'm fake capping ass. So whatever somebody got going on against this bitch,
Turn it up, Crash.
I'm rocking with him. Yeah, I don't care what y'all She-Hulk fans say about me when it comes to her. Fuck you too.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Franchon pursuing a cease and desist,
Now,
especially
sis,
if
do you think
you know
this is gonna hold up, sis? You think like this? Like, you think she's gonna be able to get this through with this season desist on Clarissa?
well, she already filed it. So I really don't know. I mean, if she's out here saying things that are untrue about her, defamation of character, I believe, was one of the things cited. Let me see what else is on here. What does she say? She's diminishing her brand, enactment of misinformation. They've resulted in, what did she say? Reputational harm, emotional distress. Emotional distress is kind of hard to prove, and interference with business relationships. Now, if she can prove that she's lost some sort of like, I guess, designer deals or singing, like some the bookings that she had for some of her singing events, if she can prove that, then she may have a leg to stand on. If she can prove it. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely have to see how that goes. But I'm gonna be watching that because I find that interesting. You know, Clarissa's out here with that story. And obviously Franchon has a different recall of events. So who knows? You know, I'm gonna go with the person who lies the least, in my opinion. Not somebody that every other week I catch them in another lie. You know, that's just particularly what I'm doing. You know, I can't trust nothing Clarissa says. So, you know, hopefully Franchon can get it off. You know, especially if she's hurting her financially when it comes to her brand. You know, just because your brand is Zeus Network, you know what I'm saying? Mine is going in a different direction, you know? So we'll see how this all shakes out. But what do y'all think about the letter? What'd you say,
I wanted to ask you a question about Clarissa real quick before you go and go. Should Clarissa be ringside for Shadeja Green, Lonnie Daniels, April 17th?
I mean, I don't see why. She's already said that she you know, doesn't want to fight Shadeja right now. I told you I heard about her meeting with that nutritionist to get down about 30, 40, 35 pounds. So, you know, and then we've heard her with the Michaela Mayer situation. So we don't know what Clarissa's going to do. I know she'll be watching. I know that much because everyone will, to see how Shadeja does against Laney Daniels, to compare it to how Claressa Shields did against Laney Daniels.
I think what's name gonna fuck Lady Daniel. She gonna fuck Daniels up, yo. Shadeja gonna wax her. She gonna wax her, yo, because let's just be fair, be honest. Come on, this is why I say you gotta stop this woke shit. Stop agreeing with people just because they say something about themselves. Stop agreeing with them if you don't see it. You know, go along, get along. Come on, I mean, this girl haven't even been professional long. Come on now, are you fucking serious? And Shadeja going there and get her the fuck out of there. You know what that says about y'all woke?
Well, we already know that, you know, Shadeja does have the capacity and the capability to get her out of there, because Shadeja has what, 11 knockouts to Clarissa's 3. You know what I'm saying? So obviously she has more power than her. And she's been getting better. I've been watching some of her training videos. She's looking a little sharper. She's looking like she's slimmed down just a little bit more. But you know, with all the exercise, that's not a surprise. So you know, everyone is definitely going to be watching. You know, to see what's what. You know, just like they're going to be watching.
You know, she favors a little bit in the face to me, Lady of Rage, yo. I don't know if y'all ever
a little bit. Yeah, a little
hey,
bit.
that's a fact. That's a fact, Crush.
Yeah. I'm like if Lady of Rage with the boxing. My fault.
Yes, she definitely does. But
with my Afro puffs.
I don't know if y'all saw Turki's press release where he, you know, people were questioning where he's been, right? Like where has he been, because he hasn't been as visual or as vocal as he usually is. So a lot of people were like, you know, hey, where's Turki? You know what I'm saying? But obviously those who know that he has a lot going on in his own country. But he made a statement today, honey. He mentioned everybody but Devin. Ain't that something?
Exactly. And Devin and Bill talk about Turkey on the sheet. Turkey on the sheet don't care about no Devin Haney, man. It's like this is the proven fact right here. He talk about Canelo, Ryan. I just seen Ryan on Twitter. I guess he was on stream earlier, and
he was on Kick.
That. Yeah, he was on Kick, and you know, he dropped the jewel talking about he's going to fight T.O. July 25th. That's what he just said. I just seen on Twitter just now.
I told you he was going to fight
T.O. He's moving on. He ain't even worried about Devin right now. So Devin, he in a rock and a hard place right now.
My goodness.
Not looking good.
It's definitely not. I mean, Shakur, who knows what he's going to do? I know he was into it with Hitchins. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Like I said, these boys are the prettiest boys at the prom who don't want to dance. So I really don't know. I don't know.
I will fuck you up better. Run a 147 because you know I'm coming. Oh boy, please.
Oh my God.
Come on, Dimple.
What you call it, Dimples?
Shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Shakur, I'm gonna shut up.
One half with one half for the Wonder Twins. Fuck out.
Okay. Speaking
like,
of that,
he knows he can
for
beat
the-
Africa. Like this is the
Mhm.
same shit, different day for Shakur. He know he can beat Africa. Why would he push for
and we
Africa?
talked about that.
See,
We
Like,
just
he
talked about
knows
that. How
that.
Shakur cannot go back in opponents, right? Like you got to continue to step it up. You just fought T.O. You're now at 140. You know, we want to see you step it up in competition. We don't want to see you continuously fighting the same style or the same guys we know you can beat. Now you threw Ray Ford in front of Oshaki. That's gonna keep him off your ass for a second. Because I suspect he's going to beat Raymond Ford, and I like Raymond Ford, but I just think that Oshaki with the reach, and I think he's just a little bit of a better boxer. But we will see. You know what I'm saying? But you threw that in front of you real quick. You dodged that bullet. You put a stipulation on the fight with Devin, so that ain't happening. You threw one on a stipulation, another stipulation on Ryan. Ryan ain't checking for you. What these boys have to understand is Ryan is a star, whether they like it or not. They can call him all the names, a drug dealer, PED, whatever. They can call him all the names they want to. At the end of the day, that boxing recognizes Ryan Garcia as a star, which is the reason that he got 2 title fights back to back. That boy is a star because he puts asses in seats, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Ryan. If Ryan fights Teofimo, then Ryan has done the trifecta because he fought all of the quote unquote faces of all of the quote 4 horsemen of this era. Because remember, it was Ryan, it was Teo, it was Devin, and it was Tank.
4 ponies.
Yes.
Listen.
If he fights Teo, then he would have completed that trifecta.
Yep.
And he's the only one who's attempted it.
Yep.
Fact.
Yo, I gotta make a run, sis. I love you, sis. Appreciate you having me on. I see y'all tomorrow 10 a.m. I'm on their ass. Can't stop, won't stop. Holla back.
I'm on in the morning, bro. So I'll be warming you up.
It's lit. It's lituation.
Yep, we are.
I can't. Oh my goodness.
Shakur is going to run into somebody who's actually got some power to him and a little bit of length, and will make him realize that he is really good defender, and they're going to make him prove it because he has proven that he can get hit, and Teo has hit him. The guy before Teo has hit him. Even, my man, the electrician,
Padley,
got some hits on him. And if somebody had some power behind those punches, they could put Teo in a world of hurt. I mean, they could put Shakur in a world of hurt. And I just can't wait for that day that he steps in the ring with somebody who he thinks that, he can jab, move, and make it enough to make it across the finish line.
I felt the same way about Kid Austin, although I didn't think Kid Austin could beat him, but I felt like Kid Austin could have applied that pressure because he do got some pop behind his punches and he's fast. I saw Shakur running for the first couple of rounds trying to avoid his power.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear us?
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
No, Big Dre is the one saying he can't hear. No, I was saying that I was interested in that particular fight because I believe that Kid Austin would have brought something to the table that not a lot of fighters that Shakur has. Now, I was interested to see if he would fight him like Edwin De Los Santos, or would he actually try to engage? We know he wouldn't engage, like he did with Zepeda because, Kid Austin has more power than Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? So we know that he would have fought him a little bit more cautiously, but I was definitely interested in that fight because I would like to see him in a situation with another guy who can box and has a little pop. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely interested to see how he maneuvers through those waters because I suspect his chin ain't all that either.
Yeah, I think he's going to run into a blind moment. And what I mean by that, and this is something I've been saying, I've been putting in other words. See, these guys keep doing all this cheating shit and not really want to challenge themselves. They're going to run into somebody that they suspect that ain't the one, and that's going
absolutely.
Them one.
Absolutely. I agree, Crush. I think so. I think one of these cherry picks gonna go wrong. And I think it's gonna be up and stuck. And we're gonna have to really see what he's made of at that point in time. But that's it. Do anybody else have anything? Y'all got anything else? I'm about to wrap it up.
Oh no, Jack Queen. It was good having me. I've been down because my little man was in the
Yeah, I
hospital.
was
But
looking for you this morning.
yeah,
Cam told me. Is he all right?
he good now. So that's why I said I'm back at it. Goddamn, the creator
Okay.
worked out for us, and my boy is home. After spending
Good.
a few days in the hospital, he had a severe
Blessings.
asthma attack, and
Blessings.
it's
Blessings.
almost gone, y'all. So thanks to the creator, he here. So now I'm back, and I can pop that shit. So appreciate you guys always keeping it real.
Absolutely, Crush.
And I see you soon, sis.
I don't know if you can hear
Yes,
me,
sir. Yes,
but I'm
sir.
gonna
I
go
can hear
out.
you,
I'm gonna
Big
go back
Dre.
to the chat because my sound keep going out.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you. We can hear you. Yeah, gotta
I guess
be
you
him.
can't hear us. Yeah. All right, Crush. Thanks for stopping by, baby.
No problem.
Yeah. Big Dre, you can go out, but we can ready to shut it down, baby. I don't know if you can hear me. Because I can't. We can hear you, but obviously you can't hear us. So I'm not really sure. What's going on with your sound, but I appreciate you stopping by on the panel and giving your thoughts on the situations that we were discussing. I'm gonna kick you from the panel because I guess you can't hear me. I don't know. But nevertheless, y'all, I appreciate y'all pulling up and dealing with me and my sickness. I just had to get a few things off my chest, honey, and we're going to continue to monitor this situation. It appears as if the Haneys are now going after Manny Pacquiao. If this Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather situation doesn't get sorted out, then I guess that is the fight that they're looking to pursue. Because as we know now, Devin's mandatory and Rolly's mandatory is now fighting one another. So those options are off the table for them. I did see Rolly training. Who knows who he's training for? We just have to wait and see. These boys play a lot of games. We know they do a lot of things publicly, but behind closed doors, other moves are being made. So I don't know what is truly happening, but I appreciate everybody. If y'all just getting here, make sure y'all sub to the channel. Make sure y'all smash the like button. And until next time, y'all know what to do, baby. Catch mother on a panel. Good night.